don't know why I'm so Vaseline looking.
This is called, Tracie, it's called dewy.
Are we glowing?
Yes.
Today we're glowing.
Good morning. We're the Grocery Girls.
Good morning. I'm Tracie.
I'm Jodi.
And we're coming to you from snowy Edmonton, Alberta. It's actually giant puffy flakes falling from the sky at the moment, which
I took a video.
Me too.
I will show you because it is stunning.
That's so funny.
You guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sometimes I forget that there are places in the world that just don't have snow. Like I just doesn't cross my mind a lot. We take it for granted,
but there are people that have never seen snow in person.
Yeah.
So I do get the magic of it all, and it's actually not super duper. Like it's winter feeling, but it's not like freeze your face off cold. So I'm appreciating the beauty of it today.
It's actually, yesterday I was out doing a few errands. It felt icy.
Same. I was out yesterday and whining about it. It was very chilly. Good morning from Florida, where it's probably not snowing.
Jealous.
They can probably go to the beach. That's the thing that I dream about. Water. Good morning from Sherwood Park. Okay, friend in Sherwood Park and Edmonton people. This is going to sound funny, but I just got an advent calendar from the HiLoCo market out there. 24 days of handmade chocolates. Jodi, it's gorgeous. You should see it. It looks so beautiful. So if you're local, you can totally order it and go pick one up. And they're like super fancy, truffly. And it's like 24 days of amazing chocolate.
That's a good treat.
$65.
Well worth it.
Like if you go try and buy 24 chocolates like that, I don't think you can do that.
Just try. Okay, I'll try.
You can shove a bunch in your pocket and just
I'll try.
Anyway, that made me think. Local person.
Good morning, Rhode Island.
Yeah, no kidding, hey?
I bet you it's so beautiful.
Why do you say that? I mean, I'm sure it is.
I just think that little pocket in the world where it's just like the picturesque kind of beach living is where it is. Good morning, Star.
Not that I'm disagreeing. I'm just wondering. You looked so dreamy. It's like Bali. Oh, it must be
to me,
Rhode Island.
That would be as much. Like,
totally.
Like, the little cluster.
Yes. Lighthouses.
Yeah.
Rocky shores.
Yeah, all of that.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Good morning from snowy Switzerland. That's cool.
In Stad. Is that where you are? From that movie? What movie? Oh, Trading Spaces. Stad.
Jeff said something the other day about Todd, and I said, looking good, Todd. Feeling good, Lewis.
Isn't that so funny?
It literally, who knew it was still in my brain?
I know.
But it is.
Well, and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, so good. I could totally watch that again. I would love that. Trading Places. Rainy Northern California. All right.
At least it's rainy and not forest fiery. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. That's for sure. Anyway,
terrible.
So fun to see you guys all joining live.
Good morning,
Thank
Emily.
you so much. Good morning, Star.
Coastal Virginia.
Poor Star. It's like 8:30 in the morning where she is.
It's middle of the night. Okay. Speaking of middle of the night. So I've never had the type of sleep where I wake up and not able to go back to sleep, like the insomnia portion of it. I always wake up, and that's been a big issue with menopause, you guys. But I can like roll over, and within 5 minutes I'm back to sleep.
5 minutes, that's good.
Not last night. 4 o'clock. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes, but that's not true because about 30 minutes before my alarm, I'm sure I've started to fall asleep. I fell asleep again.
Right. I've rarely have that kind, but I have had it where you're up for like an hour and a half, 2 hours in the middle of the night.
I felt terribly for people who suffer from insomnia.
Yes. And then I think it gets to be really like anxiety inducing. Insomnia is terrible.
It was awful.
Right.
I tried putting on like my Calm app. I tried just laying there and like meditating.
And the whole time are you like, and then after like 30 minutes or an hour, you're like freaking out
blink.
because you're losing so much sleep. Well, I might as well just get up. I might as well just start cleaning the house.
Whoa. We never got that far.
Jodi doesn't
haven't lost my mind.
Jodi never wants to get out of bed. Yeah, that's so funny. Even if she's awake, we are snuggied.
Frank came Oh, snuggled in.
Yeah.
Till the very last second. That's
Speaking
me.
of snuggled in, we spent a few days sleeping in bunk beds where we both had the bottom and the top was empty.
Yes.
That was really fun.
Not terribly uncomfortable.
No, I actually thought it was really fun and kind of cozy with like kind of cave-like with the little top roof there.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was really funny. We had a great weekend. We went out to the Seattle area, took some time on Bainbridge Island and went to an amazing retreat.
The weather was not freezing. A little rainy, but not freezing.
We got a pretty good torrential downpour the night we got there. Maybe that's normal for us. That was a wicked rain.
So I guess if it was here, it would be snow, right? Like it would be. I love Seattle.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
I love anywhere. You can plunk me anywhere, and I would love it.
Anywhere
Anywhere in the
over there.
PNE.
Oh, yes.
And also
PNW?
PNW. You also throw in an island.
Our friend Barbara says, "Do we
Forget
hit
about
Target?" Barbara, you know us.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes.
On the way to the airport going home, a bunch of us went to Target.
Yeah.
Got a new tote bag, filled it with Target crap.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. It was so good.
We had such a fun weekend, meeting new people and catching up with old friends.
Yes.
And
It was a Knit Social retreat. You guys must get Knit Social's newsletters. They're amazing. Amanda and Fiona do the most beautiful retreats. It was vacay. We all had the best time. The teachers were incredible. It was Andrea Mowry and the Spin Cycle ladies, Rachel and Kate. We've got things to show from our classes. You guys will hear all about it. But it was such a treat to gather with crafty people, meet new people from kind of all over. And you're right, some familiar faces. That feels amazing, too.
you're going to have to answer this. Was I high when I trimmed the bottom of my...
I thought you were being artsy. Well, we were using 3/4 inch scissors. The bottom's mine's a hot mess, too. And I feel like I want to...
temporarily lost my sight?
I think I want to brush mine.
Okay. I thought of that, but I feel like it's going to look like a great big puff.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I'm
good.
going to go for.
Good. Perfect.
It might be a total mistake, but we had, it's a whirlwind. It was so much fun and it goes so fast. It was great. It was really, really great.
Mm-hmm. It was great.
Yeah.
Great memories.
All the yarn shopping we did, it was a wild 3 days.
And now we're back.
And we're here now.
Oh, I want to show you the video, you guys, because it was so picturesque.
That is so funny. You took a video. I did too.
Yeah.
I was rushing to get dressed, and it was these giant flakes falling against the backdrop of a dark evergreen. And I was like, well, that's beautiful. Damn it. We have to document this.
Okay, just a minute.
Oh, look how snowy your yard is. I'm sure mine is too. Oh, see, Jodi, that looks great.
That's our garage. No, that's our neighbors on the side. They built a garden suite, you guys, that wasn't there. And now it's like they can look in our yard. Let me just show you one more time.
It could be an awesome yarn studio.
Can you imagine?
Yes, I can imagine.
800 square foot.
Good morning, Amanda. I know, we got snow. Isn't it great?
We had barely a skiff on the ground from over the weekend and then woke up to that. It was pretty beautiful.
And since we last were here, which was only a week ago, this is insanity. Everybody's sick of us already. You decorated your home for Christmas.
You guys, I did. Guess what? I got my surgery date. It's Tuesday. It's this coming Tuesday. Actually, in fact, my ringer wasn't on, but the hospital called to phone and do on the phone registration for Tuesday. I have to call them back. You guys, it's like that close.
How do we feel?
Less and less nervous as the day goes by because of the amount of pain I'm in.
Yeah.
Especially in the morning, first thing before any pain medication is. So I thought this morning, thank gosh,
Right.
I'm getting it done. So I'm excited. I'm having great support from Lisa Can, who has gotten hers last week, and everyone who said I've had it done. And
it's true. Anybody that you talk to and their eyebrows go up, oh, you're going to love it. Mm-hmm. Like it's a life changer. Mm-hmm. I mean, it seems like, like you're young. 53 to have a new hip.
Yeah. Guess what's in my take home booklet? Sex positions.
Good.
Because apparently you
Can't
have
you
to be
just
mindful.
figure that out for yourself?
No, I think you have to be mindful to not dislocate your hip after.
Can you imagine?
I throw it to shame.
Waiting like 2 years. Like, this is the page you need to study. I'll take care of the rest. But can you imagine after all this time being on a wait list, and then you finally, like, it's a little nerve-wracking to go through surgery, and then you freaking throw it out because you were having like a wild weekend?
Totally, my hips just dangling.
Totally worth it. It was totally worth it.
Anyway, yes, I'm excited. I really, truly do feel, I'll be nervous on the day just to get the procedure done.
Totally.
But now, like, looking forward to it.
I'm so excited for you. So excited. Like, I wish I could fast forward 2 weeks so that you're not in that surgery zone where it's like probably the worst. But yes.
And I'm
so excited.
I'm lucky enough to have the anterior, the least invasive. They don't have to go through muscles and my fat on the side. There's less to cut through and quicker recovery. So hopefully I'm going to be like dancing up a storm within a couple of weeks.
Right. Now it's going to be tango lessons, yoga, where you wrap your, foot around your ear, that kind of thing. I was talking to someone the other day, and they said their partner had the hip surgery where they sliced down. She said he looks like a ham, like he cut all the way, they really quite a big scar. Who cares?
Right. Ultimately, who cares? I actually believe, I think our friend Lisa is having a little bit slower recovery because she had the side. She had the little more invasive. But it's like once you get
There's
through
no
the first
panic.
few
You've got
weeks,
literally,
And I don't have any expectations. If I need extra days laying down, my girls are going to be traveling. It's just going to be Shane and I.
Yes.
Let's hope I still like him after the kids leave. Yeah. Like empty nesters for 3 weeks. Anyway, he's such a good
He'll take
caregiver.
such good care of you.
So it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's going to be great.
Everybody's going to be thinking of you. You're going to do awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Thank you, the other Australian Lisa. Right?
Yes.
She's here too this morning.
Is she? Both of them?
I'm pretty sure that's who I just saw.
Okay.
And this morning I got sidetracked, and while you talk about your sweater when we get to that portion, I have to remember what the name of this is.
Maybe somebody could tell you.
I know what it's knit in.
I absolutely love it.
Tracie, I have a couple of comments about it. Tips how if I would do a second one. No, when I do a second one because it's so good. When I do my first one because this wasn't knit. But anyway, I'll talk all about it.
You came in and I was like, I love that.
It's so good.
And I think it's partly the colors chosen. Color is like a mood. Like it can change. Like I can see this in a color palette that is not my favorite and not want to knit it. But then you came in like this. I see little pops of golds and pinks on this soft gray. And I'm like, yes, I would like that.
It's so good.
I would like that.
And it's, anyway, I'll talk about it. But it's such a beautiful little sweater.
It really is.
Yeah.
Once you figure out what it is.
It's not on everybody's radar. Thank you, everybody, for your well wishes.
Are you going to text your friend that did it? Or
no,
you're just,
it's in my...
How are you going to...
Tracie.
How are we going to randomly find this?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Okay.
I can't quite remember. So we've only been gone a week, you guys, but a few days we were away, and then I worked a little bit when we got home.
Yeah.
You guys, Canada Post.
Oh, no.
Not to worry. We are shipping with other carriers, but it's a pain in the butt. Because there's a lot of stuff floating now in the world of Canada Post.
My favorite mascara that I order online is stuck in there. And I ordered something for our 12 days of giveaways. It will go in another prize when it comes. But of course, it got stuck too. I didn't realize this was impending.
Yes, it had been
Friday.
For a while.
All of a sudden, it was news to me that Canada Post was striking.
It had been news to me for several weeks because I'm in such close contact with James.
Yeah.
And there was a day he said, well, we might be on strike on Monday a few weeks ago, and then it didn't happen.
So don't worry about shopping on our Grocery Girls website or Frankie Grey website. Your stuff will get out to you. There's other carriers.
We have closed Frankie Grey for 2 weeks.
Did you?
Yeah. Because
that makes total sense.
Like, what if? Like, I don't want orders to lag in the queue.
Yeah.
Or maybe I could open it and just say,
No,
no.
well-
It would feel better if I didn't have orders.
You guys made the
During
decision.
surgery,
I
yeah.
think that's a good idea.
But I have something really fun we did for Grocery Girls to show you guys today. Should I show it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's the only thing I have to show. Our shop is packed, but we were thinking
We've got some great gifty ideas.
I had so many single pom-poms.
Oh, this was so fun.
We had so many single pom-poms and a whole bunch of pom-pom pairs and stuff. What actually Jordan did, we made pom-pom wreaths.
Fun.
They're all crazy. We photographed each and every one so you can see which is which. We have a little grosgrain ribbon to hang it with. But we also did ones with full-size pom-poms.
What are these?
These were to sell.
Okay,
You could
good.
buy
I was
them.
hoping that's what it was.
This one's rando. There's a whole bunch of really...
So how many of are these on the site now?
There's probably only 18 altogether.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Jodi, I love the idea.
We had
so
a
much.
whole bunch of single sample large pom-poms that we've accumulated over years and years. And then we had so many minis.
This is such a good way to do it because like I have pom-poms now that there's styles that I will never use them.
Yeah.
Like they're not what I want to use on
Yeah.
hats. What a great idea to do that at home. But honestly, if I could just buy one,
Yes.
how much better is that?
Yeah.
That's really, really cute.
So they're really fun. They're just...
Great job. Had no idea. That's a surprise.
Yeah. So fun.
I thought you were just making them for yourself.
No.
That's even more fun.
You're like, wait, what's this?
Wait.
Okay, so there.
Okay, so this is, I'm wearing my, what did I just get on myself? This is the Elton Pullover that I knit in Mondim sock yarn. So just like this stuff from Retrosaria Rosa Pomar. It's a Portuguese fingering weight wool. And I just combined three colors, I guess. But if you look up the Elton Pullover, it's one stripe of fingering weight yarn, one stripe of lace weight mohair held single. It's very gauzy, but I just knew I would wear one more if it was just kind of a woolly sweater.
Stripes are spectacular.
I love them. And they're so fun to knit. It goes so fast. You think, oh, fingering weight yarn. You know what? This did not feel like it took that long to knit. Hohi, I always find she's got a looser gauge that I really love that to knit for myself. But I finished this when we were on our East Coast cruise, and then I just kind of steam blocked it.
Okay.
And then I thought to myself, it's way too short. I got to go back.
Yeah.
I remember I was going to add a couple inches to it. Yesterday, I was like, holy cow, my sweater washing basket is overflowing. And this was in there. So I gave it a full-on wet block. And now I feel like it fits.
How many inches, or do you know, that you got?
I don't know, but the fit feels totally different to me. Like maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches.
I would agree that the length is perfect.
I thought so too. I put it on this morning and thought...
Yes.
So you guys, I don't know what the colors are, but it's super, like this was black. It is totally black. And then this one was like a steely blue-gray heathered. And I got these at our local yarn shop, Statement Junkie. And this is La Bien-Aimée dyes the same base with their hand-dyed colors. And this is called Amy's Flashy Lipstick. But you could use just a mini skein. And I did the cast on and the one round and the a sewn bind off on each cuff. And I did, what did I do up here? I cast on and one round of knitting to give it a little bit of a thicker edging. But I love it. You could totally do it with a mini skein. It is a drop sleeve construction. Very boxy.
I'm scrolling on TikTok
And
right
I
now.
would say, I love the amount of ease. Like it's bigger and it's drapey, and I would totally recommend it. So if you've ever thought, geez, I don't want to do mohair in my Elton, or if you love Elton, but you just want to do a different version. After I tried this on this morning, I thought, I could totally make another one of these. I love stripes.
Well, the nice thing about it is that you could just do a completely different combo and it feels like a different sweater.
Yeah.
Also, the really low contrasting stripes are just as beautiful.
Really pretty.
Like
really
very
pretty.
subtle.
So I mean, how about like a softly tonal, like lightly variegated, like you could just go, but I really love, so this was, I find Mondim yarn pretty I think it's $12 a ball. And maybe I needed, because I was striping, I needed 5, I think, but I have leftovers. So for me to have like a nice quality wool sweater, I thought that was a pretty good price point. I know you can do it even less if you get like knit picks or something, right?
Well, yes, there's ways to, I mean, there's so many at Joann's or Michael's that aren't necessarily 100% wool, but wool blends.
Yeah.
Like,
how about like a
beautiful.
bamboo, like for summery weather?
Yes.
And, you know, you don't really need a sleeve. That's a great idea to do one for summer. You could just do a few rounds of
like a
ribbon,
little
or just do a little bind off here instead of picking up and knitting a whole sleeve. Like a drapey, maybe bamboo-y warm weather.
Because it's literally, you've built in a sleeve already with the body of your sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cute.
I love it. So how, are we any closer to finding out what you're
we're
wearing?
no closer, but that's okay because
maybe somebody is going to know what it is.
Yeah. So we'll get there. We'll get there on this episode. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I love it.
I don't have a lot of knitting to share because it's only been a week, but I have a very, very exciting cast on. I have a brand new cast on. I didn't bring my vest because it was boring, just lengthening the body. So I am...
But you're still loving it. You took it with you.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm loving it at this point. After you after you split for the sleeves, you're like, or connect it so you're knitting in the round on this vest.
Right. Now you're just trying to
This is where I have a hard time motivating.
And yet you don't want to knit things that there's a pattern.
Right.
So
right? I guess, yeah. It's amazing to me how fast these grow if you just an hour or two in the evening while you're watching TV and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I got through that and it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Even somebody that has 30 minutes a day, like when you add that up over a month, look, you've put 15 hours
have a vest
into
done.
a sweater.
Right.
Yeah. So I do love that. And that's partly how I think you can get stuff done when you have a million things cast on.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes of this and 30 minutes of something else. And by the end of the month, we should have something, to show for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have a new cast on today too.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to show you what I have cast on. It is the Barndance.
No way.
Yep. I also bought my gnome pattern, you guys. The gnome, the mystery gnome along.
Did you?
I did. So I'm doing it.
Jodi, I'm so excited.
So this is the Barndance.
It's so beautiful. Wow. What's the gauge on that?
Do you know I lucked out and got gauge? I think it's...
I never remember either.
20 stitches.
Once I get it. Okay, good. Is it knit in DK?
I'll let you look while I'm
maybe
I'm
it's
talking about
Dream
it. Yes, no, it's
State?
worsted.
Okay.
It's worsted in Dream State.
Okay.
But my friend Paula that we saw on the street at Bainbridge,
Yeah,
and then we saw her.
yeah.
We're doing a kind of impromptu. We're both kind of picked the same fiber and the same.
You guys are going to do knit along?
We're going to kind of.
That's so fun.
Not really, but like
Just
we were
keep
both picking yarn together.
Keep each other posted.
So I have chosen.
I'm so excited for you.
First, the main color of the sweater is Elmer worsted, and it's called Sweatshirt.
Okay, this Elmer yarn, you guys. So one of our fun things we did on our our retreat, we did a little yarn crawl. We were on Bainbridge Island. Who knew? The yarn heaven. So there is the Lamb and Kid yarn shop, La Mercerie, and as well as Church Mouse Yarns, which isn't open every day to the public, but they opened up and we got to go see them and purchase stuff there. Anyway, so Elmer worsted is 80% merino, 20% cashmere.
It's beautiful.
I was so busy picking my own yarn at Lamb and Kid, I didn't realize you bought this yarn.
I know, right? We kind of got separated. We're doing our own thing. There were so many people in there, and the
It was
staff.
fun.
It was so much fun, you guys.
It's I would love to go there one day. Like, we always seem to go when it's either flock and it's so busy, or with our cruise group and it was a giant group. Like, it would be so fun to just go one day and sit at that table, because there's always people sitting at the table knitting.
We were first ones in and last ones out.
Yeah, that's how you do it when you go to a yarn store.
That's how you do it.
But this Elmer yarn also comes in fingering weight. It is
stunning.
I can't even.
Comes in all the colors.
It's so lovely.
They get this mill dyed. They're grays and creams. They get some of it mill dyed. You'll find them in 100-gram skeins, but then all of the colors are on 50-gram skeins, which I thought was smart. Because then you can just get a skein or two in 50s, right? So that's what I got for my main color, sweatshirt.
It's gorgeous.
And I have talked before that I think this is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Custom colorways. It is so much fun. It is called Pinky Swear, and it is pinks and reds and grays, and it couldn't be more spectacular.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's by Spin Cycle.
Yeah, Spin Cycle. This is dyed in the wool. This is the lighter one. And then I got two different ones. This is their Momo. It's their mohair. I got Pop Rocks and Petit Four. Okay. Pop Rocks is the hot pink.
Yeah.
And Petit Four is this beautiful magenta
God,
color. So what I thought I would do is, and this was Paula's idea, change the mohair every few rounds. So you've got a bit of different. I'm using this the whole way.
Yeah.
And then after about 6 rounds, I'll change to this. Actually,
it might be stripy looking when you do that, but gorgeous.
I actually brought 2 of mine.
Oh my god!
So I thought I would do like.
That'll be really great.
So this
really great.
This
wow!
Is where I am right now, you guys.
Jodi. So this is what you're having fun knitting.
Yeah.
This is super fun.
This is super fun. You can see, you guys. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell. I don't think you can tell.
Oh my gosh. I cannot.
But like I started out with this. Hibiscus is this first part. Wow. And then you guys, what color's attached? This is the last 4 or 5 rounds.
I mean, you could radiate through the whole sweater where you do a few inches in the hibiscus. Do you know what I mean? But I love what you're doing.
Let me show you what I did with the chart.
That's so pretty.
It is, well, you guys know.
That's so beautiful.
It is the most fun. I'm using, of course, we've talked about it, this Coco Knits chart. I won't show the chart too quick. But did you guys see what I did with the chart? I colored it, so I'm going to be changing my mohair.
So good.
With the thing.
I can't wait to see this, Jodi. That's so beautiful.
So
look at this little section of this yarn. Like, that's like tealy. Is that gray?
Yeah.
But bluey gray.
But like.
And it's got like a corally. Look at that. Wow. I mean, Spin Cycle's magic. You're going to see a lot of Spin Cycle today because it
was a Spin Cycle
Who's ever been to a retreat where there's a table of Spin Cycle yarn just staring at you every day?
So if you guys see, like this is hot pink and red.
That's
and then
awesome.
It's red and gray and then different pinks. I think what I would do here though, I do a little yarn management. Do you do yarn management ever with Spin Cycle? We've talked about
mostly only with smaller items like hats. Like remember my yoke was really short and I wanted all the colors.
Yeah.
I would not yarn manage this with the whole sweater.
I just thought this section was too big. But
your eye, but it's going to gradiate lighter.
It's going to gradiate,
and you can change your mohair in there. Don't cut the Spin Cycle.
Just change the yarn.
Just change the mohair.
And the other decision I hadn't made yet, you guys, and tell me what you guys think is: am I doing all over color work?
That was my next question
do
for
the
you.
Yoke? Am I doing all over?
Yeah.
I think so.
You know what I do love too? I would love that little dash thing all the way to the bottom.
Instead of this.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
That might be, if I was doing that, if I were to do that, like the sleeve. Like, see how the sleeve just goes dashes all the way to the end?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you can make that decision
I could
when you
even,
get there.
you know what else I was thinking? To cut this color work in half so the band isn't as big. Listen, it's spectacular the way it is.
Yeah.
Weren't you inspired being around other people with all their knits?
That's one of the things when you go to like a knitting event or a retreat like this, and every day people are wearing new things, or they're just walking by you at like Knit City or whatever. You come home with a list this long of things you want to make.
I did.
And you're asking, excuse me, what's that sweater you're wearing? What's that yarn? So your Elmer Jodi, this, when we were at Lamb & Kid in May, this is what I came out with. Elmer tweed.
I know they had some tweed there.
But it's like, hello, tweed. It's this beautiful gray with their plaid is my favorite color worked into it. And
that needs to be a hat.
I have 2 of this. These are 50-gram skeins.
Or a cowl,
and
Tracie.
It's 70% merino, 30% cashmere. There's even more cashmere in this one.
What?
I don't know why. I guess because part of the tweed is cashmere. Anyway, this is the Elmer fingering. This is exactly what you have, but half the weight. So you could double this and work it with the worsted.
That needs to be a sweater.
It's so good.
No, that needs to be some sort of triangle bandana cowl.
I could do a Barndance in this as the main color and this as the...
They had more of that.
It's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. We have way more Lamb & Kid to show you guys.
I'm a sucker for tweed.
I know.
And I just thought that color combination was calling my name.
So I don't know if you guys remember, but we went to Glossier in person. I think I might have showed this before, but I want to show it again.
In Seattle.
Yeah. They have this right now. This is a big tote. Like a big tote, but it has pockets all around the outside, you guys, and a pocket inside. This is what I brought I'm just toting around my Barndance in here.
This, as a bag lady, and I love bags, the things I love about this, well, I love a canvas. I love this creamy canvas. I love all the pockets, but I also love that it's not such a deep bag.
Yeah.
Right? That I love that it gives you a good space this way, but it's not as deep that way. And I love the length of the handles. Sometimes they're really short. These you can put over your shoulder. So to me, this bag is like,
love it.
So good.
Yeah. I don't see myself using it like any other way other than like, no, that's not true.
It's big enough to travel with, but it's not like this big, when you fill it, that it's 800 pounds and you can't lift it.
I just wish it wasn't branded. Of course it's branded. But I just wish it wasn't. Anyway, thank you.
And at least
love
it's
it.
white. And we do love Glossier. So anyway. Bonus.
Jonas.
Okay. Do you want to see what I cast on?
Did anyone, I think, was it the CMAs last night? And I'm so bummed. I'm going to have to go on YouTube because Post Malone was singing with Jelly Roll and Teddy Swims was singing with somebody.
That would have been very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I did yesterday? I wound up all my yarn for remember I bought this summer, the Susan B. Anderson
What did you pay
ornament
for this?
collection? A lot, probably. So you got the pattern book as a PDF, which you can print, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to get Staples to print it, and I'm going to collate it, and it made me really happy. It was not cheap.
This is joy.
But I love it.
And then look, you guys.
It's going to be like a dream to work through.
Only because it was such a big PDF. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah. Well, and it was going to be like, I'm not printing that out of my printer probably. And I don't want it in black and white. I wanted it in color.
Yeah.
So I just thought, oh, forget it. I'm doing it. But honestly, to have that included in your kit would have been a fortune. So happy to do it.
Yeah.
Forever. But this kit, first of all, don't go rushing to Barrett Wool because this was a long time ago and it was completely sold out. But this is all the yarn I got. They're fluffy Wisconsin woolen spun fingering. And you got little swirl scissors. And you got the little safety eyes. You guys, bookmark this for next year. When this comes out, you're going to want it.
I have to ask her where she got these.
The little hanging ornament thread. These suckers are sharp. I was looking for something.
Are they ever sharp?
Little embroidery thread, and then I got a stitch marker too, and it just fell down. You got the cutest little...
Sharp.
I want to share this because obviously you guys can probably still get stitch markers from this company. This is Wee Ones on Etsy. Wee Ones. And look, they made a little acorn for Susan's kit. Because it's all woodland
cute.
Animals. So you got all those goodies, but I hadn't wound up my yarn yet.
These scissors are special.
They're good, right?
My fat fingers doesn't go through some of the little tiny ones.
I think they're an embroidery scissor, but not the tiny, teeny tiny. This I love. I actually don't have a lot of scissors
wishing
that
for
size.
these for Christmas.
Okay, there you go. I'm pretty sure you're on the naughty list. But it was really fun to put this together. This is a basket that I got from Big Blue Mama a long time ago. But I love this, like, shallow and wide.
Similar to this.
Kind of, right?
Yeah.
I imagine myself in Italy going to the market and just
your
putting,
baguettes.
Right? Everything.
Fresh
just
pasta.
Everything.
You're putting your olives in there and your
My
lemons.
olives. But, you know, that's another life, I
You're
suppose.
walking downhill both ways because we don't uphill.
I'm not totally gasping for breath and sweating because I had to walk uphill to the market.
Oh, you know what I would get? An e-bike. I'm really considering an e-bike.
Jodi, that sounded great, didn't it?
Right, because I do like the idea of I do like a bike, but there's no way I'm doing
When you have a
hills.
new hip, it's going to be a totally different ballgame.
I'm wishing for that for Christmas too.
Are you?
No, not really. But I would like it. I'd like to try somebody's out for the weekend.
Right. I'm sure there's test driving situations. Do it in the spring because now you've missed biking season, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I wound that up, but that's not my knitting. When we were also at Lamb & Kid in May, I saw their Big Birdie. And I've knit a cowl out of it and knew I loved it, but this yarn has caught my attention. So I bought, when I was there...
Wow, that's spectacular.
Isn't this color good? This is called Veronica.
Oh, wow.
So hand wound it. It was really, really fun to do that. It's an Aran weight Surrey alpaca. 100 grams, 174 yards. So
light as a feather.
Super light.
Feathery.
And
fluffy.
when we were at Lamb & Kid, they had a pattern called Sherbet. The Sherbet Bandana. And it's one skein.
I didn't see it.
Knit tip to tip. Right? So literally, you don't even have to follow the pattern. You can just weigh your yarn.
Oh, it's a weight. Yes.
Right? So it's cast on at the skinny end and knit. And once you hit your 50 grams or almost 50 grams left.
Oh, and you're there.
You can start the decreasing. So I'm on my decreasing. When I noticed the store sample, this is a little bit modified because their edges curled under. It's all stockinette, which it really curls the edges underneath. And I don't know. I just thought, you know what? I'm going to add 2 garter stitches to the edge, and it totally eliminates that for me.
They should update the pattern.
It's okay. Speaking of the pattern, what?
Pavlova sweater.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Message me. I'm going to send you something. Thank you. Yes, Pavlova. I'll pull it up and
I'll
show
never
you.
forget. That's my birthday dessert.
Right. I was thinking meringue, marshmallow. It's so funny.
You're kidding. That's hilarious. Okay, so while we were on Bainbridge, we went to Church Mouse Yarns. Last week, do you remember we were talking about Christmas ornaments you should knit? The Jolly Wee Elf was one of them. Oh, yes, I think I have it in my head. The Jolly Wee Elf. It is a classic church mouse pattern. Mm-hmm. And then we got to Lamb & Kid, and one of the ladies that worked there is the designer of the Jolly Wee Elf, and she designed the Sherbet cowl. So my long story came back around. This is a super fun, large gauge pattern to knit. I'm using 6mm needles to get the gauge. I love it. It's one of those yarn experience knits. Like, it's very, very relaxing.
I love it.
You can watch TV.
Can I feel it?
Yes,
please?
it's amazing. And it's one skein. It's the perfect little cozy wraparound.
Look at this. I could wear it just like this.
And I'm keeping it in my little yarn bowl by Tanny Casey.
It's so cute.
I have more bags to show you from Tanny Casey because you'll see some in 12 days. But she included this little one in, and I'm keeping it. It's so
Somebody
cute.
has an e-bike for me to try. But
No
is Gabrielle,
way.
does she live here?
Oh.
Maybe the spring will remember that.
Right.
Gabs, I would love to. Okay.
So what do you think?
Yes.
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 One skein.
Yeah. Also because you guys, it was cool this past weekend. And although you have your sweaters, sometimes that's not enough to take that chill off, and you needed something around your neck.
You don't need a giant shawl to stay warm. The side, it's more like this is cozy wool, cozy fabric. You don't need a giant piece to keep you warm. This little thing is going to block out the wind and keep you warm. Cool,
Georgia, warm. I'm hungry. That was a surprise seeing her up there this morning.
I know.
Georgia.
She's so funny.
Welcome committee.
Jodi, you look so beautiful in that color.
I want some eggs. No, it's stunning.
That's so funny. I don't know why we've never ordered Skip the Dishes when we do this. We're so stupid.
Pastries? Yes, please.
There's some great breakfast places. We can get amazing breakfast
sandwiches.
This
sweater, this color is spectacular. No wonder people are just like crazy about her birdie base. There is more than this. It comes in a DK and a fingering as well.
Which I didn't know. I'm such an idiot. I didn't look at the whole store. I went straight to, all I bought was Big Birdie.
Oh, are you serious?
I bought a sweater's worth of Big Birdie. So this is going to be also a sweater for me, but in different colors.
Oh.
So I'll show you my colors when we get to that point.
Spectacular.
But this is kind of also my swatch. Whatever this gauge is.
What needle are you using?
The 6mm needle. So whatever this gauge is, I'm going to find a pattern to match it because I like the fabric.
Is there static in our audio? Is that what we're...
Is there?
The meatballs! Okay, so I'm going to do Pavlova. I probably missed it.
Yes, now let's talk about your sweater.
The Pavlova...
I'm going to knit on my thing.
Did you mean Pavlova? Yes, I did. So the Pavlova is by Hannah Sadler. And it is knit. Awesome. It's a DK weight pattern.
But 17 stitch gauge.
17 stitch gauge. So
I love that gauge.
So this was held, a Surrey alpaca held single in the light gray. And then it was, for some reason, held double in the color.
Are you sure it's single in the gray?
No.
Look.
Is it double?
Well, it doesn't look single, but who knows? That's how, it's funny when people are like, oh, I don't want to hold two together. You'll see, you'll tell. You can't even tell.
I think it's single. I could definitely see. Let me just say this. It's a DK weight 17 stitch. It is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
And it looks like slip stitch mosaic knitting.
It is mosaic knitting all over, and it's that really fun sweater that you can, I didn't knit it, but I did knit a swatch of it. It's just
what
rhythmic,
color?
and it's like you don't need the pattern once you start off, and it's...
What about, so did you do a variegated... You're using two colors.
I did.
A main color and a variegated.
This is in Frankie Grey Fibres. It's mouse gray in Surrey alpaca, the cashmere majestic fluff. And then the contrasting color is sourpuss. But you could use like anything you want.
Really? Why would our audio be weird? Is everything plugged in properly?
Let me just double check. There we go. Is that better? Oh, wow. Just going to tighten that and tighten that. And we'll just leave it. Maybe it's somebody screaming at the top of my lungs.
Well, I was whacking things around on the table too.
So we'll just
Jodi, I love it. I think
it's a great sweater.
Yes.
Tons better already. Good. Maybe nothing.
Oh, maybe something was not plugged in properly.
So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you a couple of things where I would change it. I wouldn't know that until I've knit it. So I'm going to, if this is going to be you think you want to cast on, there's a couple of things you might want to think of. So, actually, maybe the only thing you want to think of. It's a very, very deep raglan. I really like it the way it is, but it's a very deep raglan. Like my armpit is here.
Right.
And the raglan is down here.
Right.
Like it's... So, having said that, now that I look at it, maybe I...
Is it that way on the model? Because,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see how deep...
Oh, yeah,
it
is.
is meant to be a very, very deep raglan. If I knit this again, you guys, and this is... I came across this with another sweater a while back, and Tracie gave me some tips to do that. You can stop the raglan whenever you want to stop the raglan, but you also have to remember to keep increasing, right? You can't just stop the raglan and split for sleeves and Bob's your uncle. You have to remember that in that raglan, you are still increasing.
You're changing your rate of increase probably. If you're going to stop your raglan sooner, you still need to get those stitches in there somehow. So maybe if this was a 4-round increase, then maybe you're going to 2 rounds.
So I should go in and this is a really good...
But also, this is a style that a lot of people really like, a deep raglan. So it just comes down to your preference. And once you start modifying patterns, then you're kind of
you guys, it's
on your own.
Super cute though.
The one that you did for yourself, you changed to every 2 rounds, and then at the end, you still needed like 8 or 10 stitches. So you increased every round for the last few.
Oh, that's a good thing to remember. So you could increase, you guys, like 2/3 of the way at the rate that they suggest, and then every round until you get to the right amount of stitches.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I hear what you're saying.
It's just something to think about. If you
tell us what you don't enjoy about a deep raglan. Like when you move your arm, it lifts the whole sweater.
It lifts the whole sweater,
Yeah.
and then you kind of have to fuss it back down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Having said that, do you like talking to me like the headless Jodi?
Yeah, I do.
Having
love it.
said that, though, you guys, if you're just standing, it's a really, really cute silhouette.
Oh,
Like,
I love it.
I don't, maybe a couple of inches.
Maybe
I
you
would
add
do.
That's the thing, right? Like that's almost. That deep raglan is also part of the length of your body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, things to think about.
Whatever
maybe
I took off in the raglan, I would add to the body because I like where it's added, where it stops. Kind of like my natural waist. I haven't seen it in 35 years, but I'm sure it's somewhere around there, right? Because the top of my jeans are there. Anyway, and just the lightness of the sweater, color changing yarn for your contrast would be amazing.
I love that it's all Surrey alpaca.
Yeah. You guys, that Surrey alpaca is no joke.
It's also something you could do with like a zobber ball or spin cycle or your hand spun or like all of that, right?
Just the lightness and the coziness of this sweater. As soon as I put it on, I went,
okay. Stop teasing me.
Christine, did you make this?
She said hello from Southern California.
I would highly recommend because the finished garment is beautiful.
It's awesome on you. And those colors are so good.
It could be fingering and mohair. It could be fingering and it's the 17 stitch gauge.
Yeah.
It's kind of an open gauzy gauge, you guys. See,
it doesn't look that way because the fluffy yarn's filling in all the stitches.
But it's just...
But it's not so dense that you're dying of heat.
Yeah.
Love it. Could totally see myself making one of those. Because you're just knitting stripes.
Yeah.
Right? And slipping some stitches. It's really fun. Fun things to knit. Okay. Okay, that's my... I have a sock that I can share with you. But I don't have a lot of knitting because, like I said, we were away for half the time. We were gone.
So it's interesting. Before we move on.
Oh, no, I have a hat.
So I was right. The main color is knit in one strand of Surrey.
Okay.
But the contrast is 2 held together, which is interesting. It's the same color held double.
Okay.
I just would be interesting to ask the designer what made her do that.
Maybe she just wanted that pop out.
Yeah,
Like
could
the
be.
color work to pop out
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Love it, Jode.
Me too.
I think you're going to get a ton of wear out of that one. Okay, so one of the things that's always a surprise is how little you knit when you go on a knitting trip. I
Oh.
don't understand
it's no longer a surprise.
why it's like that.
I used to pack a quarter of my suitcase.
Totally,
knitting.
totally.
What if I finish my sweater I just cast on?
Of course I'm
and
going to
the
finish my
8
sweater.
socks and the 4 hats. What if?
Right. So it doesn't happen in the least. So what I did is I cranked a couple of sock tubes to finish for gifts, and I cast on a hat, and that was it. That's all I brought. I cast on the hat before I left, thinking, well, I'm totally going to finish it, obviously. But this way, I'm just kind of, on ready to roll. And it is the Hipster Hat by Petite Knit, which is just 2x2 rib. But I love the look of the decreases. It's just nice. It's a great unisex hat, right? And I think it's DK weight, maybe? That's what I'm using, DK yarn. Sometimes I'm not totally familiar.
Right. With the yarn.
She's knitted, she double-stranded Sunday by Taniscarn, which is fingering weight, or the regular double Sunday. So she used worsted weight yarn, and that's it. Okay, so I cast this on. It says in here, you guys have to straighten me out because I'm sure I'm not
we
understanding.
had questions we couldn't answer.
We had a conversation. I was like, what am I not getting about this?
Yes.
This hat says baby, it says 4 sizes, in parentheses, baby, child, woman, man. And then there's 4 different head circumferences.
4 different finished hat circumferences
Yes.
to match. Okay.
So when you cast it on, I feel like I'm just being an idiot and I'm not getting something somewhere. They're definitely knit to different lengths until you do your crown decreases, which I completely understand. But there's only 2 stitch counts. So the baby and child is 1 stitch count, and the man and woman sizes, the adult basically, are also the same stitch count.
Okay.
So I kept looking to think, well, maybe I changed my needle somewhere to make the men's one a little bit larger because it says it's supposed to finish larger. So I'm trying to create the largest size for a big male head. That's what I'm going for.
Okay.
So I didn't even look at the rest of the sizes. I just cast on the largest number. And then later I looked at the pattern and thought, but wait a minute, this is the same number of stitches as for the size down, which is supposed to be smaller. So I don't know, this is a pattern that's been knit a gazillion
We were
times.
both like, okay, either you're changing your needle size to get the different circumferences or your different stitches. But there's 2 stitch counts and you don't change your needle size.
I don't understand it.
So I'm not sure what we're missing.
Basically, what I did is I cast on the largest number and it was the same number as the women's size. So I ripped it out and I added 8 stitches because I do want it bigger than what the women's size said. I'm sure I'm missing something somewhere,
So
but I don't understand how you get 4 circumferences from 2 stitch counts and the same needle.
yeah, that's a very good question.
This has been knit so often. I know I'm anyway, if you guys can straighten me out, I would love to hear it. Either way, it's an awesome, beautiful hat. The yarn I'm using is one that I've had for a couple of years. It is by Ancient Arts, and Carolyn Sommerfeld has a whole bunch of custom spun bases. Her yarns are so beautiful. She's in Alberta, superstar dyer. I love Carolyn's yarn. This is her DK weight. It's called Lascaux DK, and it's with 25% Manx and 75% Punta Arenas wool. So I don't really know what those bring to the party as far as fibers, but it's such a nice, beautiful yarn. It's screaming to be a sweater, anything.
So one thing that somebody or a couple of people suggested is
Yeah.
they wondered if the extra length that you do for the different sizes will allot for extra stretch.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Hopefully I haven't made a size now that's going to not fit anybody.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, it is literally the perfect travel project because you're just doing ribbing all the way around.
Yeah.
Right? And so the pattern
beautiful.
tells you it's a big folded, like it wants me to knit almost 11 inches or 12 inches before.
Are you doing that?
Maybe. We'll see how I feel. We'll see.
It
That's
might
the
not
plan.
It might not be a folded
That's
hat.
the plan because I think he would do that.
Because then you can like fold it down and really tuck into it.
Or be a slouch.
Yeah. So either
like
way.
a slouchy kind of.
Yeah.
So yes, I will probably do that. But honestly, just mindlessly as we're going around, that's how much I'm halfway there at least. The color I'm using is called Forever in Blue Jeans.
It's a great
and it's very tonal. It totally looks denim-y. And like I said, I've had it in stash, one skein for a few years now. I remember buying this at the Edmonton Fiber Frolic at the Italian Cultural Center. I bought kind of an eggplanty, plummy color. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's super gorgeous.
Did you guys know that our knitter friend, Kat Dennings, is in a brand new show?
I saw that.
With Tim Allen, you
I
guys.
know.
It's a comedy. It's going to be
It'll
so
be
cute.
Kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
I'm super looking forward to seeing Kat, of course.
I think she's adorable.
And Brenda Song is in it, and I love her.
Okay, so Brenda Song, you guys, back in the day,
yes,
we watched
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
I swear I could probably tell you every single episode.
My daughter was crazy for that show.
Oh my God. Oh my God, she's so cute. I want to tell you what show it is, and that's going to come up.
Okay, and she's, I believe, married, like her partner is Macaulay Culkin in real life. They have children, and
yeah,
I know, it's wild.
They do.
It's wild.
It's called Shifting Gears.
I'm very excited about it.
And
I
it starts
love
January.
a sitcom
Don't
kind
look
of thing.
for it now. It starts in January. It's a brand new show to start the year. It's called Shifting Gears, but I think it's going to be very good. I'm looking forward to it.
I love a comedy.
Sometimes you just need something that
Totally.
you don't have to try and figure out who done it.
We've started so many new shows.
Did you?
Yes, like everything on Apple TV. Yes.
Last night, Silo.
Did you start it?
Season 2.
We
I
haven't
just
done that
got
yet.
in 15 minutes. I stopped. I was getting tired. I thought this would be a good binge after my surgery.
Great idea.
Right?
Yes.
But do you guys remember Silo? It's on Apple TV Plus. First season is done.
Yeah.
It's not usually a show I would gravitate towards, but boy, is it good.
And isn't it the one based on a trilogy of books and one of them's called Wool?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's already...
It's like they're down underground and this whole society is living below the earth in this underground
That would be my
silo.
nightmare.
And
I
if
would
you're
hate
bad, they put you outside and you can never come back. Anyway, it landed on such a cliffhanger.
I know.
So I didn't even get into... I kind of just... less than 50. I kind of just got through the recap and a few minutes. But now I have a hard time not going back to it.
Jeff and I watched that one together, so we will do that. And we've started so many shows together. I don't know how we're ever going to finish them. There's a one on Apple TV Plus with Billy Crystal called, oh my God, what's it called? And he's a psychiatrist who just lost his wife, and then there's a child that he takes on as a patient. It seems kind of like supernatural thrillery. Like it's good. It's good. I don't know what it's called.
It's not a comedy.
No, it's not a comedy. We love Shrinking. Of course, we're straight into that. I love Shrinking.
Shrieked? Or is that supposed to be Shrinking?
Maybe.
What about the one with Bad Monkey?
Yeah, we finished that.
Yeah.
That was cute. I love Vince Vaughn.
What about the one with Cate Blanchett?
Yeah, started that.
People are really talking about it.
Yeah, it's different. It's good. We started that too.
Yeah.
When I said everything on Apple TV, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
And the last part of Yellowstone started, which we are watching. And then the new one that the same guy, that Taylor Sheridan, created a new one based in the Texas oil patch. It's called Landman. It's got Billy Bob Thornton is the main character at this point.
I saw
John Hamm. Thank you.
Mr. Wiener. Google John Hamm.
Jodi! Seriously, John Hamm should be in everything. If you've ever watched Mad Men, Why has he not been in everything since then? What is wrong with you?
Just walking down the street, John Hamm in
Do you know
his
he used to be a
chinos.
drama teacher? Like,
Yeah, I think I knew that he was a teacher. And he still goes back and teaches classes.
He sounds like an awesome guy. Anyway.
That's all I'm going to say. What? And
It looks like he's some kind of big executive in this one. He's in a suit. He looks very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
But Billy Bob's doing all the heavy lifting in the first episode. Like,
That's what I was going to say. Sheridan, the writer, wrote it specifically with Billy Bob
It's awesome.
Yes.
And yes, somebody said Demi Moore. Yes,
Yes.
she's in it.
Yeah.
Michael Pena, who I love. And if you've watched the first episode, I'm sure I can't say another word. Anyway.
Of what? The Landmen?
Yeah. We just watched the first episode last night. I think there's only one.
Should I watch it with Shane?
Yes, he will love it.
Okay.
He will love it.
Okay. Bad Sisters.
Bad Sisters,
Yes.
you know what? There's no reason that I haven't
Tracy,
watched
we
that.
have to go back. That one you can do without Jack.
You should binge that also when you're...
That's a good one. Yeah.
Right?
I just finished the book, you guys, that I was talking about. Hold the phone. It ended very good. I think you were the one that actually told me about it, so this is not going to be new to you. But Gillian Flynn, Dark Places.
She is you don't even have to read the description.
I didn't.
Buy it and get into it because you know it's going to be amazing.
It's thriller.
She's so good.
Oh, the characters are amazing. It's a story about...
It's like juicy.
About this kid killed his family, and then it was like years later, the sister's digging deeper. So good.
Really, really, really good.
So good.
You know what I loved? So when we fly to Edmonton to Seattle, it's like an hour and a half. It's the quickest little flight.
Yeah.
Jodi and I were sharing earpods and listening to Andy Cohen's podcast the whole way.
It was actually Jeff
That was-
Lewis with Andy Cohen on it.
Right. It was so fun.
Oh, I love it.
I love those guys, but
Yeah,
it was
I do.
fun to listen together. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that. Good book rec. Mm-hmm. I could use it. You know what's
What do
coming
you-
out in January? The next Fourth Wing book by Rebecca Yarros. I'm so excited.
And if you
about
get
that.
the first publication, you'll get the book with the
Yes.
beautiful... I won't get the book, but I'll listen.
Okay.
Oh, any other... What did you just read? What are you reading right now?
I need something. I'm literally in the middle of needing a new book. So
Yeah.
And I would have to go back and look. I'm so bad at remembering that stuff. Okay, I bought a yarn club.
Oh, Mary Kubica.
Oh yes.
This is called The Nicest Couple. She's also one, you guys, that I would just purchase her book without even reading. 9 times out of 10, these books that
We
are
love the suspense thriller
so
genre, right?
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I bought a yarn club that I've never heard of.
What?
And I had never purchased, obviously, before if I've never heard of it. And I think it's 3 months, and my first installment arrived. So if you order the Bare Naked Wool Barn Box.
Now, where did you hear about this?
Okay, this is right after we came home from Rhinebeck. One of the small farms had yarn that I thought, oh, I really love that. Like it was small farm, sheepy. It was the really, really dark chocolate brown that a sheep can be.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I thought, okay, great. I'll get some when they put it back on the website. Well, that color sold out. So
Isn't it just natural?
Yeah, it's natural, but that
just have to
color
wait for
sold out
another
at Rhinebeck.
shearing.
So you could literally have to wait next year for the next processing. So at the time...
And if you might not know about this, but patience is not our
No, it was like, what the...
best quality.
No, it's non-existent. Let's just say that. So then I remember thinking, every time we go to Rhinebeck, the Bare Naked Wools booth, pretty busy. And I'm also not super familiar with their bases, and it's really big, and I've never dove in. So I went to their website, and they had this subscription called a Barn Box, and it's a mystery club, and you get some kind of woolly wool that you don't know what you're
Right
getting.
up your alley.
And you get a pattern.
You know what's also kind of nice about this is 3 months is not a giant commitment
No.
financially, or you're not going to get a lot of skeins you may or may not knit.
I don't know. Maybe I'm in for a year. I don't know. No, I'm pretty
No,
sure it's 3 months.
I'm gonna re-up, but just
I just thought fun, right? I'm pretty sure it's 3 months. I should really double check all that stuff. But I thought I'd do an unboxing.
Have you seen it?
No! Here we go. Oh, what did I get? Tea?
Dirt. Hang on.
Soil from the farm.
It's poop.
What?
Oh, what is it? It's vanilla.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Bare Naked Wools.
This is ground vanilla. 100% ground.
What? That's so cool.
Product. Tracie, smell this.
Oh my God. That
You'll have to
smells
bake with it.
incredible.
From Ecuador.
Wow, that's so cool.
What are you supposed to do with it?
Okay, so here's what I've ordered. The barn box. And you do get an email with a pattern link. So you get a free pattern, but I didn't really look at it. But you also get an opportunity to buy more of this yarn. If you fall in love with this one skein you can go back to Bare Naked Wools with a discount and purchase more of this yarn.
It's sealed. I can't open it, but boy.
They also do a big fundraiser called the Red Scarf Fundraiser. You can go to their website and read more about that.
Beautiful.
But, okay, what's this? That vanilla is for eggnog. I got a recipe for, so really, I hope I'm not spoiling this for anybody. I kind of let you know. Anyway, it's real eggnog recipe, and this is the vanilla I guess you're supposed to use. That is so cool. So you only need half a teaspoon of the vanilla powder. So this you can use for lots of things.
This red scarf, there's an ebook, there's yarn. Any money they raise for that goes to deserving students in the foster care system to ensure their college degree
so you could
education.
I've seen on the website that they've got beautiful yarns you can purchase. And I guess the pattern ebook
goes to the foster children in college and universities.
Okay, we'll have to definitely check that out.
Yeah.
This is the yarn. Like you can go purchase that yarn.
There's also patterns that will go towards that as well.
Oh, I'm gonna go get some. That's awesome.
That's already.
How
I love
fun, right?
this company.
Now the designer is Knit Spot, so I've definitely heard.
Does Mom know we're podcasting?
I talked to her the other day.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Barn box.
Got it.
All wrapped up in this adorable tissue paper that looks like a little cabin in the woods.
It's like a gift you're opening.
Totally. Gift to yourself, right?
What's the company's name again?
Bare Naked Wools.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're right.
I passed the test. Oh, look at that.
Let's see.
Anne Hansen, that's right. She is the Knit Spot, the designer. Oh my God. Oh, it's so sheepy and woolly. I love the natural taupey brown gray color.
Well, instantly that was what you were.
Wow, I love this color.
That's
so
great.
This is New Zealand Sport, which I love a sport weight, you guys. I feel like lots of sport weights you can knit to a DK weight gauge, but you get more yardage on a sport weight. This is 375 yards of a 2-ply yarn. And it's obviously New Zealand, right? Or New Zealand wool, but it is made in the USA.
It's New Zealand wool is renowned for its exceptional quality and sustainability, substantially soft, durable, resilient fiber. It's perfect for knitting and crocheting, offering a light halo.
It's just beautiful. There's a lot of yarn on here, 375 yards, so about 350-ish meters.
It is available to order on their website.
There you go.
It's stunning.
So if you think to yourself, well, I can't live without a sweater in this, now you could go buy more of this. So, but it must be just available on the website to purchase all anyway.
Yes.
But when you're part of the club, you get a discount, I believe. I will have to go back and read my email, but I'm 90% sure there's a coupon code in there.
You guys,
God, I hope this is the color nutmeg. So is there more? There must be more colors.
No, just one color in that. But let me tell you, the amount of bases, you guys, it's like scrolling after scrolling. Look at all the bases. This is just sport.
So you get a free pattern too. So you get the recipe, the vanilla, the yarn, the free pattern, and the discount code.
Nice.
Isn't that fun? Oh, there's the sport weight for the...
Also, you can shop by
Red Scarf fundraiser. It pops right up on the website.
Look, you can shop, and I like this, you guys. They have a tab where you can shop by different weights.
I love that too. Especially if you have a single pattern, you know what you want to make. Now these are your yarn options.
Look at it's so beautiful. Just natural wool. Look at that gradation.
It is.
That's all natural wool.
It always appeals to me, like when I walk by their booth, and yet at the same time, I think I get like,
oh, that's nice.
What is it called? Like yarn events, not anxiety really, but it's almost overwhelming sometimes. There's so much available. You're like, you kind of have to do your work before you go. Like this base, I'm going to go look at that base.
If I was to go in a booth with that many bases, I would love to chat with the person who's at the booth.
Yeah.
It's just really difficult to do that, especially on Saturday.
Decision paralysis, says Star. Thank you. I mean, completely feel that way. And I always just say to myself, I'll just check it out online when I get home. But there's nothing like yarn in person.
I agree.
So
Totally
if you
agree.
love it in person and you want to purchase, what's that dirty pink in there? That's pretty. Betty King Natural Dyes Merino DK. I feel like a company with this many bases will have something for everybody.
Yes.
Like
This
if
is
you don't love farm woolly
beautiful.
wool, there'll be something softer. Yeah, I love it. It's kind of reminds me. Oh my gosh, I just remembered another order that's stuck in Canada Post.
This is an example of their this is a DK base. It's 100% blue face luster.
Oh my god, I love
look
BFL.
Look at the different colors they have in this. It's spectacular.
Yeah. So I just
beautiful.
ordered some stuff, you guys, from Longway Homestead.
Do you think they'll ship other than Canada Post?
I don't know. I'm really hoping this strike is solved soon.
Well, I think they are too. They're
Yeah,
probably panicking.
everybody wants it done. But here's the thing. Longway Homestead does a beautiful calendar every year. And I've showed it before, and I will show it when I get it. But it's a really nice cardstock one with every month is a different sheep breed.
Yeah.
But it's a really pretty calendar too.
Yeah.
The sales of that calendar go to buy feed for their flock. So they're buying hay for their sheep.
Longway Homestead.
So I bought a couple of those. I think I bought a sweatshirt. I was in shopping mode a couple of weeks ago. I bought their marled wool that's so beautiful. And they've got some colors that are dyed. Like they've got a one ply of dark, almost black, one ply of undyed, and then they would dye it and it looks like blue and black or red and black or pink and black.
Where are they?
They're in Manitoba.
Okay. If you're lucky enough to be in Manitoba,
Yeah.
there is next weekend a holiday market. They'll have a full selection of yarn calendars, pillows, and books at Pearl and Hank, which is at 2063 Portage Ave.
And when you go to their booth at Knit City, it's Pearl and Hank. Oh my gosh, and their other yarn farmer lady. Oh my gosh, I was not prepared. They do have merch with sweatshirts, but I bought tote bags. Now I'm remembering my order. I bought tote bags. So check out Longway Homestead. This barn box kind of reminds me of that. Their Breed of the Month Club. You can get the Breed of the Month fiber. Ask me how I know. And you can also get Breed of the Month yarn. So they're both amazing. If you're a spinner, oh my gosh, you're totally going to love the fiber. And all of us knitters, you know, you can go for it with 100 grams of a different wool breed every month.
Well, I'm just looking. Is it in the farm store?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Where's
yarn.
the book? Where's the calendar?
It'll be in merch. Where is it?
Accessories and merch.
Yeah.
Shop accessories and merch. I just want to
Jodi,
show
thanks
you
for
guys.
finding it. This is it.
Okay. Because do you guys remember?
It's a
hung
great
mine up
calendar.
And I actually...
It's not gigantic, but it's big enough. You can see everything, but it's really beautifully done. I'm so happy to have another one. One of them was supposed to be for our 12 days, which we'll put it in something else in the new year, but
maybe it'll come towards the end of the 12 days.
Maybe. Anyway, anyway. So if you're not familiar, Longway Homestead is a family-owned sheep farm. They've got a mill that they mill yarn. And
This is interesting.
Yeah, I bought that.
just a cute little tote bag, but it says it took 365 days of, okay, it just gives you all the stats and what they ate and all, like just the pounds of food and the grass.
What it takes to get you a skein of farmyard. Like,
You guys.
it's a year. Like, when I'm waiting for this next yarn to come, it's a whole year of taking care of their sheep and the shearing and all of that. But this is also available as a print, which I already have the print.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, so it's a really good little way to support the farm. It's a fun little gifty for your, your knitting group.
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
guys, listen, if we don't support our local farm,
Yeah.
the sheep and the people who love them and care for them
And the breed of the month club is really on the affordable side, I think. Yeah.
I just think it's fantastic. And you might not always gravitate towards that, but you kind of got to stop and think about it. And if we don't support these farmers, I mean, you might be a person who, gravitates towards like the superwash wool and the speckles or whatever, but you have to stop and think, if we don't support our farmers and what they do for our sheep and alpaca and goats and all that, we wouldn't be able to do this.
I know.
So
it's very true. And this yarn, if you're like if you love the indie dyed hand dyed stuff, you can mix it together. The whole mosaic knitting thing is perfect for that.
Yeah.
Right? You can do that. Anyway, it's if you're local, I love that you can go to the market in person. Yeah.
Love that.
So anyway, Bare Naked Wools, how fun.
Yay.
I will have 2 more to share. But this was a 10 out of 10. I'm so happy.
Can you commit to knitting a DK sock advent in December?
Sure. Why not?
Like a stripe a day on both, like have 2 socks going and you're knitting
what?
like...
It's a good challenge.
Tracie, we're serious about the 15 minutes, you guys. Do you remember us talking about it last time?
Yes, Jodi. Next week is get our 12 days of stuff organized, which is more than 12 prizes, right? Because we'll probably have a couple a day. Definitely the whole philosophy of giving yourself 15 minutes a day to yourself in whatever manner you want to spend that. Maybe that's watercolor painting or stitching or spinning or
closing your eyes on the
crocheting
couch
or whatever. But as far as we were talking about, like knitting, just 15 minutes a day.
That's
in a crazy season when you feel like you're overstressed, overwhelmed, a million things to do.
And maybe it's hopefully
put
not
it on
gift
the list.
knitting. Hopefully it's something you're doing just for yourself.
Right.
You're selfishly taking that small amount of time a day. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it will add up over the month.
I think so too. And it's amazing what, even like you said, sitting in silent, like lay there with your eyes closed for 15 minutes. That's a giant energy booster.
You may get a 10-minute power nap.
Nothing knit. So there you go. But of that.
Did we start a thread?
No.
Yeah, it might be fun to do a chatter thread. Just like my 15 minutes.
What would you do with that extra 15 minutes? But honestly, it's not about making it a figment of your imagination. It's putting it on your list. Put it in your phone as a reminder, right? Take those 15 minutes. Hashtag my 15 minutes, right?
Because even if you just do some deep breathing or meditate for 15 minutes, you guys, you won't believe how much that can change your day and just start to shape your sleeping and your mental health overall.
Yeah. It's just the whole philosophy of, if your cup's not full, how can you give to others? If your cup is empty, right? You need to take care of yourself too.
What's in my cup?
Whatever you want.
I drank half of it.
Coke Zero with extra ice.
Totally. We hope you are doing that. Start now. We'll do a thread. So sometimes the chit chat is extra. Honestly, and people like that.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy. The week went so fast. We were away for 4 days and it hasn't happened yet, but it will. It's on the list.
Am I a moderator? I could even start a chat. What on earth?
I'll send you a link to Ravelry. I don't know if you've ever been there, but.
Gosh. What is Ravelry?
Right. I'll explain everything to you. Don't worry.
Okay, so you guys.
Not like I'm so good either, but.
I don't have any more knitting.
We've got some fun things to share.
But I have. Do you want to share your weaving?
Yes. Let's share our 2 class items that we have.
So we were lucky, you guys. Rachel, who is one half of Spin Cycle.
Yes.
Is a weaver.
like an amazing weaver.
She did a residency. I don't know if you call it a residency, but she did a time in Japan not long ago. She just loves and is passionate
really
about
special
weaving.
program.
Yeah. So one of the classes was Rachel taught us weaving, and we did everything. You got a beautiful loom inside your gift bag.
So this is by Everly Yarn. You can go to her site and purchase your own little loom. These beautiful, this was in your gift bag when you arrived at the retreat. Everybody got a loom. It came in a beautiful Everly box, but I couldn't pack that coming home. This beautiful, sturdy little table.
Is it ever sturdy?
Tapestry, super sturdy.
Yeah.
It's beautifully made, like just gorgeous. So yeah, everybody got a loom.
Very
exciting.
When you had to bring a little bag of fiber or yarn or things to add to your weaving, but Rachel also had tons of stuff on the table. You had to warp your loom.
Yeah, spin cycle, like little extras.
Right? And then there was a lot of chit-chatting. Her weaving samples were stunning. And what she got really excited about, you guys, was
This was also
Cordsmith.
in our loot bag, the custom knit social Cordsmith by Autumn Eden Goodman. And I had never considered this aspect of using your Cordsmith, was making an I-cord and either weaving with the I-cord or adding it in.
You could do it as the strap.
But we both added I-cord.
I was impatient. It was small.
You were using Plump, right?
It was too thick.
So Plump was too much of a challenge for me. Rachel did it, but I was just like, this isn't working. But I used Dream State, and it just click, 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 click. I had like feet of an I-cord in no time. So that was really fun. Some people had never
So this is an I-cord right here, you guys.
Some people had never seen a Cordsmith or used a Cordsmith. So that was really fun. And I had never considered Cordsmith. So for our classes, we had a steeking class. Jodi cranked tubes for both of us for the steeking class. And then I put together some yarn for our weaving class for both of us. And in the past, we've done 1 or 2 little workshops on weaving. And I brought yarn that was so skinny, I only got this much of a weaving, and it was really frustrating. This time, we went super bulky, and all I brought was knit collage. A whole bunch of spun cloud and all of their little like daisy chain and whatever you want to call it. Jodi brought roving.
At the last minute, I grabbed some handfuls of roving because I collect a few when they were just so beautiful. I do. I have about 4 of them, and some had sparkle and some neon, but we just had the most fun. Listen, knit collage and spin cycle combo.
Okay, here's our weavings. It was so fun. Okay,
Look at the bottom of mine.
My fringe is like a 5-year-old that cut their own bangs. It's so bad. I have to do something with it.
I'm going to even out my fringe.
I learned so much. Yeah, I'm going to do something with mine too.
So this is
I
the
don't know
back.
what the hell I did. Yeah, little ends. We learned the hem stitch, which I did in a totally crazy color.
This was like I just added it on and snipped it. Like,
that was such a good idea for
and then
texture.
Here I just kind of, as I'm weaving, I kind of just looped my finger underneath it and had it still bunched.
So knit collage has a yarn that's got like little balls, like it's thick and thin.
Right here.
Yes, it's so good for weaving. Look at it just popping out there.
Good.
Listen,
right
knit
here.
collage was literally the perfect yarn
made for weaving.
For
chunky, fast, neat.
For a 3-hour weaving class workshop. I mean, you finished yours in 3 hours, and I just had to finish the bottom few rows of mine and the fringe. So it was really close to being done.
I follow several weavers. I think this weaving craft is such an art that I could see myself doing more of. Like people say, oh, I don't want to spin too much and get a stash because I know I would love it. And that's true too. But for me, it's like weaving would be something I would sit and do more of.
It's very instant gratification painting with color.
Yes.
Right? And it's really easy to, and we had to warp our loom. We learned what's a good and not so good fiber choice for that.
I mean, this looks chaotic, but this is I love.
This looks like fun.
This is like
But look at your daisies poking out. Listen, and I don't know what yarn
That's
this
the
is with
back.
knit collage, but it's got all these like big things in it. Like look at this giant metallic. So here's the I-cord I did in Dream State.
Oh,
And I did not add it in at the time. I went back later and just looped it through.
did you really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if that's really a weaving thing, but I did it.
I'm actually going to buy some because I would really like to do more of these.
Buy what?
Some of that warping stuff.
Okay. Where did I buy one?
I don't know.
I maybe
Because you guys have to do it quite snug. So it was nice to hear.
maybe I'll figure it out.
Rachel
If I find
had
it, Jody,
some
I'll wind you a
combs.
ball too.
It was really
Like a
great.
big one.
Yeah.
Because you'll never use it. Like maybe the Fiber Nook had it.
And I also
Nope. Joe's Yarn Garden. She's got tons of weaving stuff.
Okay, well maybe I'll have to make a trip out to Joe's. That would be fun.
You know what I really love about mine is that my warp
Yeah.
is dark and I chose lighter colors and it's really part of the I really wanted you just to see it.
So it's funny because Rachel said a lot of times when you pack it down, you really won't see your warp.
Yeah, maybe my weaving's not tight enough.
But I kept it so I didn't pack it down as probably as much as I should because I like to see. I used blue, you guys. You can see down here the color.
Oh yeah.
But I liked to see like through here. It's funny because this I was trying to pull through and it got stuck and I thought, oh yeah, that's just going to now be part of my weaving.
Right.
It was the most fun.
It was a blast. Like 3 hours flew by so fast and yet I learned so much. I know this is the ultimate basic weaving, but we learned a ton.
Yeah.
And it inspired us to do more. Really, truly, which I think is a huge win for a class and a teacher, right? That you want to do it again. I had a ball. But anyway, if you have little bits of left knit collage at home or roving, like I just think it makes, I'm proud of this. I'm going to do something.
I'm super proud of this.
I'm totally hanging this up. This is not just.
Is your a mini loom or tapestry size?
I don't know. You tell me. It's kind of the size of a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
this
not
is tapestry weaving.
You're not going to get much bigger than this because you then have to have room at the top to cut and tie it off. So this is about as big as you're going to get on those looms, she said.
And you get these come with it.
I feel like I'm going to put a little basket together beside me.
Jody, you have a busy weekend. You got to get your stuff together
I know.
for being stuck in bed. And this would be so fun.
Get ready. Get ready for all
Do you
the
need more knit
crafts.
collage? I have so much
Yeah,
yarn.
maybe.
I'll give you some. I'll put it together and give it to you.
I would love that.
Yes. And actually, we never used the boucle, which is worsted weight, but you could double it.
I would love that.
I love the boucle.
Anything that you have already wound, I can just wind some off.
Oh, Jody, I have tons. I'm going to give you a
good.
big bag.
Good.
Okay.
So we'll say it again. Any knitting adjacent, any fiber adjacent, anything fibery, we love.
And they say it's supposed to use up stash weaving, which is another bonus.
Does. Because anything that's thin, you guys, think about it like you're knitting. You can layer things. She said if it's too thin, double it, triple it, quadruple it, and weave
marl
it through.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. I love the peaches and I didn't plan. No. You know what my plan was? That I wanted to start and end with the dark blue. And then everything else in the middle was just like, what do I feel like doing? It was awesome. It was so fun. So apparently we're weavers now.
Well, we kind of knew that before.
We're baby weavers, but we
kind of knew that before. I was just going to pull up a couple of weavers.
Very enthusiastic.
There's also a weaver that does these giant tapestries that she dip dyes.
I want to do a circular weaving.
How do you do that?
I don't know, but I don't think it's all that different.
I think you do it where it's just like you stop, like
you start in the middle.
Go like this.
It's literally, but you're on a round hoop instead of a rectangle shaped loom. You're on a round hoop. Hold the phone.
Okay, do you guys remember those beautiful cutout wooden animals that we got when we were, I believe, Rhinebeck a couple years ago, and they had it was like a silhouette.
Was Knit City.
Okay. And then it had the middle cut out, but around the middle it had holes, and those were like mini looms. You were supposed to, do your warp. Am I using the right word? Warp?
Uh-huh.
And then weave it and have this beautiful
Lock.
weaving.
Did you put locks in yours?
I brought them and didn't.
Yeah. So there's honestly, we ran out of time. I could have sat at that weaving table all day. But, our afternoon was super duper fun too.
Yeah, because I just this is just searching weaving.
Okay,
and Instagram,
there's a weaver that I follow that's, I don't know, I haven't seen her forever. And she's so colorful. I've actually bought a piece from her on Etsy from you. That little weaving I gave you was hers.
She's expensive.
She's phenomenal, but she also does video classes. But why can't I remember her name?
She does real puffy roving kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh. Last week, you guys, I showed you this and said, so you snooze, you lose. There is an opportunity to buy this Celebrate kit now from Gauge Dye Works. They
for a
opened it
very
up.
short window.
They opened it up. You've got until the end of the day, Friday, to pre-order. And then there's an awesome knit along happening in December. I got to get my you-know-what together and get my gift knitting done because these might be a January project for me. But if you are someone that would like to do a knit along in December, these are going to be great.
Star reminded me of a very, very good suggestion. We've talked about Felicia and her School of Sweet Georgia, where it's a subscription base where when you subscribe, you get all of her classes, not just one. And she has got a ton, like dyeing and weaving and I believe there's a circular sock machine one now. But there's weaving,
not surprised.
Weaving, spinning, ridge, heddle weaving, tapestry, knitting, crochet, dyeing, and color design. All School of Sweet Georgia classes. So that's another way you could do an online class.
Wouldn't that be an amazing gift for someone to enroll them?
There's a round one, Tracie. Oh, it looks like they've done it on a hoop.
Ooh, I love it. Yes, the circular weaving. I don't know how that works. But I have seen it done. I can't remember. I hate Instagram now.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And isn't she Canadian?
I don't know.
I don't know, but she's super colorful.
Are these called tapestries, you guys?
I think so. Star's in the school and she loves it.
Isn't it amazing? Tapestry weaving. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, no. Yeah, there.
Anyway, when I figure it out, you guys, I'm going to put it in our Instagram stories.
And it was just...
And actually, I was talking to Rachel as we were leaving the weekend, and she said, even those little Cricut tabletop looms, she said, you can do a lot with those. And those, your warp is quite long. Like, you can do tablecloths and tea towels, all that kind of stuff. Like you can make fabric to do other things.
She was also super inspired, and I would love to see if she ever did one day. But the I cord, enough that you can do a rug.
Wow,
would that not be spectacular?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cordsmith was perfect for dream state, or worsted weight to DK to worsted weight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Super fun.
Okay, so the next class we did, this is not in order, but we got to take a dyeing class from Kate, who is the other half of Spin Cycle. So we got a class from both of them, and Kate's dyeing class was spectacular, as was Rachel's weaving class, as was Andrea's. We did the steeking class. We got to dye our own yarn.
And you might think, oh, you need a burner, you need all this space to dye yarn. They taught us how to do it in a giant mason jug. So yes, you need heat to be heating up a big pot of water. You do need hot water. But like you could do this at home with your friends as long as you all have the big mason jar so the yarn has room to move. Or you could just
do big aluminum pots if you have them. It was really fun way. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but to be able to do like a dye class when you didn't have a full studio.
So they had packets of acid dye. They were actually in tea bags.
just these, you guys, they were able to
So
fill.
you didn't, and it's built that way. Like it comes to you that way. You're not filling the tea bag, which means we don't need to wear masks, right? Like it's all encased.
Yes.
You're not inhaling,
Yeah.
which is something you worry about with acid dye. It was just the most perfect, exciting for me. I'm not a yarn dyer, so it was really, really excited. And the yarn we dyed was the same base as like Spinster's Daughter. It's spun by Spin Cycle.
It's the dyed in the wool base.
Yeah.
Bear.
Yeah. Yeah. So they spun bare wool, and they'll do that and send it to Farmer's Daughter and send it to Moondrake, and then they dye them. Us too. We
Yeah.
dye it too. So you got 2 skeins, which these are gigantic. These were 400 yard skeins.
So it's like getting 4 spin cycle skeins, you guys. Everybody got 2 with the option of buying as many extra as you wanted.
Right. So you could buy extra dye. You could buy extra. So of course I went big, and tried to spin or dye a sweater quantity. So we'll see. So tell us show us
Okay,
yours.
so I dyed 2 colors together. And you guys might think automatically, oh, that's not a color that I would gravitate towards. I can't tell you how much I love this.
I love it too. Tell us how you got it.
So I picked a gold and I picked a coral.
Which was like neon, hot pinky, leaning, or like it was.
I was thinking I would get more brighter, if I'm honest, because I didn't really know what exactly the dye was.
And your color was called gold?
One was gold and one was coral.
Okay. Which must have had a brown. Anyway, this terracotta.
I couldn't tell you how much I love it, you guys.
And it's going to look amazing with all the colors that you do like, right?
I love it so much. And I'll tell you, I'm going to bring it back in and show you once we're through, and I'll show you what I bought, what this is going to be. But instantly, this will be wound up and a project I cast on while I'm recovering. I want it right away because I dyed it. And this, I don't even know.
I don't even know either.
Actually, ours go really, really well
They
together.
do. You should take it all. Take it all and knit it. I picked this color. I think it was called Moon something. I don't know. It's a seafoamy blue, and I did 4 colors, and they're not identical, of course, because they were all done in their own little jar.
Yeah.
But I think by doing helical knitting, we're not even going to know that.
No.
My plan was a Misurina. Long sleeve Misurina.
Love.
So I've got 1,600 yards, and I've got my little spin cycle yarn collection. And I think that would be just an amazing souvenir to I mean, this yarn is gorgeous. It's springy.
Well, and you dyed it.
Right.
You dyed it.
And, when I've been given the option to like pour dye on and I try and do variegated, I end up, it's okay. But I don't think, I've got to like knit that up and wear it right away. So this stuff, to me, doing like a semi-solid or whatever you call this, it was like right away, I'm like, I just want to wear it. Everybody's colors were so different. A lot of people chose this really dark chestnut, which was like it was almost like a purpley brown. Like it was brown, but it was a really rich, beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Jules, who we shared some dye together.
Yeah.
She gradiated, like there was a little bit of dye left in the dye bag. So she kind of just but just the creativity that people...
And then you went in the garbage and got my extra bags out of this. And there was dye left in it.
A little bit.
Enough to do, so she used all of that.
Oh, it was so
good. She was having a blast. She was just making up colors and having so much fun.
So much fun. And then the next morning it was brought to breakfast and everyone's like, ooh and ah. And it was pretty fun.
And the facility we were at is called Islandwood. And it, excuse me, it is an educational, what would you call it? Like a summer? It's meant to be an educational facility where schools can go. Like there's enough, like it's kind of like dorm rooms, right? Like they were really, really nice in these beautiful buildings in the woods. But they also had other buildings that were arts. Like we were in an art studio, this stunning room with a big fireplace and tons of room to spread out. And
it was spectacular.
And Rachel's was in a little studio. Like these were meant to be spots where you learn things as a group. So it was really comfortable. It was set up to do whatever we wanted to do. Yeah. And Andrea's class was in what's called the Great Hall. And we had you know, as a group, you can gather there, and it was the facility was gorgeous. People have weddings, and schools come in and do educational things, and Amanda was telling me that the events like the one we went to, like the retreat, funds their educational side of it, so they can give schools a really good deal. Or I don't know how it works
You
for
felt
schools.
like you were totally in the forest. You never saw another house. The walkways were like, you know, quite wide, but they were all like paved.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you were like
super
everything
nice.
it was like a bougie summer camp.
Yeah.
Our facility. There was two different like lodges where people had their rooms.
Like the dining hall was amazing.
Yeah, that was separate.
It's all like stripped wood
Yeah.
tree trunks. It's very like jasper. To us, it seemed like jasper, right?
So
like big
beautiful.
stone fireplaces, and they were always lit. It was homey and warm and comforting. We only got lost the first night, and we ended up going in the back door of the kitchen. We're like, we're not going all the way around.
No, I wasn't going to.
So Jodi's like, we're just going through the kitchen. They were like, hi.
At that point, I was tired and hungry, and we were lost.
Oh my
So
goodness.
seeing somebody else, I was picturing myself in a Friday the 13th movie where we'd be the last ones there.
We're such
It was
city
pitch black
losers.
in the rain.
Well, and it's funny because they're like, oh, just follow the path. But I mean, the path
What
veers
fucking
off.
path? There was no signs. The signs were 3 inches off the ground, and they were like this big. But here, just go that way.
That was part of the
flashlight
fun.
was this big.
That was
it had
part
a
of the
beam this.
Fun and the adventure. It really was.
I'm not complaining.
No,
but
it
was
doesn't
like,
sound like it at all.
No, it was hilarious.
It was really funny. And we had a blast. Let me tell you, tomorrow I would sign up and go exactly again. And they had that amazing like cement stadium structure with a big, it's all covered. Like it's like bougie summer camp is exactly what it felt like.
Yeah.
But we had s'mores night, and we were roasting marshmallows, and
there was 2 like halls where there was like 2 levels of rooms, but there was a big, like huge gathering room with a fireplace and comfy chairs and couches. That's where people in the evening like sat and knit.
yeah, you could have had way bigger groups. Like it just felt
It was so good.
so roomy and cozy, and
I hope I go back one day to there.
I hope so,
I don't
too.
know if it's gonna.
And I mean, every dinner was at these big tables, but family style. So every table got a bowl of everything, just like they were. It was really phenomenal. I enjoyed my time there so much, and the teachers were the most lovely, down to earth, fun people. My roommate was a 5 out of 10, but that's okay. Luck of the draw.
Tracy broke her toe. It was so fun. It was funny because it wasn't me because I heard it happen.
Holy shit, did that hurt or what? In the middle of the night, it's pitch black, and I got up to pee, and there's a ladder off the end, of course, to get to the top bunk, and I didn't know that in the middle of the night. And I just felt my toe like crunch, like not just stub it, but like the second toe was just like black and blue. Anyway, it was super fun. Somebody said, could you host a retreat there? That's what it was. It was the Knit Social.
No, I think she's asking us. We would not.
Oh!
We would not do it there with Amanda and Fiona. Like we would.
No,
leave
no,
that.
yeah, Knit Social, yeah. Anybody. So
yes.
if there are people looking for a really cool, I don't know how you do it. Look into it. Anyway, it was really, really funny breaking my toe in the middle of the night.
And then she dropped her iPad on it the next day.
Oh, yes,
Or
maybe yes.
Or your phone.
What is my problem?
Because I empathize because I have once broken my toe, Tracy, and it hurt for months, maybe.
It was pretty funny. Our room was fantastic.
Yeah.
Huge, roomy.
2 double beds like a double bed bottom, single bed top. We could have had 2 other people in our room.
Oh, you could have, absolutely. And then there was like table and chairs and kind of like this open closet situation. I loved it. And then there was in our building, which is kind of like a little 2-story apartment building where everybody's rooms were in it. It also had this giant gathering hall with a fireplace, tons of chairs and couches. Like every night and in the afternoon, people are sitting in there knitting.
It was amazing.
And at night, it's in our jammies.
Because you have to kind of think about things like, well, what are people going to do during, when you're not in a class or you're not eating? You don't want to stay in your room. Most people want to
need a
visit
gathering
together.
space.
And to have all of those gathering spaces.
It was really great.
We came out in our pajamas.
Yeah, and we weren't the only ones.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a ball. Anyway, we could go on forever.
Okay, so.
Only to say that if you get the opportunity, go.
Yeah.
Right? You'll love it.
Yeah. So one of our outings was an afternoon of a yarn crawl.
Oh my gosh.
Where we went to Church Mouse. They were amazing. It was so much fun.
Can I just say that's a dream come true for me?
Yeah.
Like having knit a million of their patterns.
Yeah.
And hearing how great the yarn shop was. It's not the same yarn shop they always had where you could just walk in and buy yarn all the time. It's a different setup, but it was still a giant thrill to meet all the Church Mouse people and all that stuff. Anyway, a blast.
And then the next stop we had, I showed you with my sweater. We went to Lamb and Kid. But
did you buy anything at Church Mouse? Did you bring that hat kit?
Yes, I did.
So Church Mouse is kind of awesome because it's all online shopping. Even if you go in the shop, you'll see the yarn, squish the yarn, make your order, and they'll mail it out to you. It's in a beautiful building. And so we brought this beautiful hat back. It's the double quick marled beanie.
The pattern too. Okay.
And oh my God, Kid Classic by Rowan. I love this yarn.
Spectacular.
You hold it double and you knit this beanie. So it's a big gauge, but Kid Classic, this is what I did George's Christmas stocking out of, only because she liked the color of it. But it's like a wool mohair blend and some polyamide.
It's not a blown in, like, it kind of looks like drops air. It's not like that.
No,
this is applied yarn.
It's spun like that. But it is, it's stunning yarn.
It's
and
beautiful.
It screams to be sweaters or whatever cozy thing. But this is it. It's just a simple little beanie, which is what I always love about Church Mouse. Their patterns are accessible. I feel like their style is, and it's very classic stuff. Like nothing too wild. I just feel like you can knit their patterns and wear them easily and gift them and all that stuff. So this did come nicely in a box, but we were traveling in our suitcase. This kit will go in our 12 days of giveaways and someone will get a chance to knit it. I love a kit.
Guess who killed a medium suitcase? That's the way to go.
But did you?
Oh, no, I didn't actually. Okay.
If we didn't go to Target and buy another bag.
Yeah.
So you killed it.
Yeah, thank you. I did. Sabrina made us do it. It was funny. Our friend Sabrina had her birthday. We went out for lunch.
That
Sabrina
was
and Meg.
fun.
We had so much fun.
And Carrie, poor Carrie,
Okay,
who
I have
volunteered
to
to drive us.
I can't believe we didn't say anything from the beginning.
I'm sure she's regretting it.
I'm going to show her a picture. Carrie, I put my hand up and said, hey, is anyone landing at the same time? I have a car. Like, who wants to, like, carpool, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I forgot to offer to pay for the partly of the car. Anyway, we paid for gas. Anyway, listen, we didn't even pay for gas.
She was as stubborn as we were.
She was as stubborn as we are. But she was
We'll do something.
Amazing, you guys. It was a comedy of errors. But she was
the best.
She was fun. I would get in a car with her tomorrow.
Totally. She was really fun and a really good sport. So at the airport, we met up with Carrie, who was renting a car, Mackenzie, and we were all just chilling and driving. And then it gets to be pitch black. And we're navigating a city. We don't know where anything is. It was quite an adventure just to get to the island wood.
Yeah.
And then it's pouring rain and we're dragging our suitcases. We're like drowned rat.
She was so good.
Yeah.
She was such a great friend now that,
That is the main thing when you go to these things. You meet people and you make connections. And that is my number one favorite thing.
Yeah, I agree.
After bringing home yarn, the people are great. It's always the people.
Okay,
Always
so
the people.
We make it to Lemon Kid. You saw the sweater I bought. And then I also have some other yarn to share because their yarn is so amazing.
Okay.
This is Trio. Mm-hmm. This is 70 merino, 20 cashmere, 10 nylon.
It's like MCN, what
But
you would
you
call,
guys,
right?
look at the hay. I don't know if you guys can see.
Did you get plaid as my favorite color? No.
This is called Tattersall.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too.
But it's like layers of like bubblegummy pink and this hot neon coral.
That's super pretty.
So it's so good.
Is that the fingering weight one?
Yes. This is 450 yards. That's a lot of per 100 gram skein. This is so beautiful, you guys. And then
Ooh.
this is tea rose, but it's almost identical.
That's a great match.
This is their Momo, which is their 76 mohair, 20%, 24% silk. But there's 430 yards on that. I think that would make a great something around my neck.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of yarn there.
The mohair, you guys, is crazy.
I have exactly the same bases in the color Sting, which is like a honey.
I also think
these are matchies.
Right?
Anyway, look at that.
You guys, this base is
It's a good yellow.
spectacular.
Sting.
The halo, the fuzz is so beautiful.
They actually dyed a color palette specifically because our
Yeah.
group was coming at Lamb and Kid in this trio. I mean, the hospitality of all the yarn shops was unexpectedly amazing.
So you walk into Church Mouse and they're offering you sparkling champagne or non-alcoholic drinks.
and flaming Zambuca, tequila shots, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Jello shots.
None of those. But like champagne, like come have a,
It
have
was
a glass
so
and walk
nice.
around.
It was
Yes.
so nice.
It was so nice. And then at same thing, it's like you walk into Lamb and Kid and they have refreshments and little
and La
small
Mercerie,
bites.
charcuterie and drinks and what, like
So welcome.
all of that.
If you're lucky enough to visit these
it was
on
quite
your
a
own.
day. It was very special.
Very special.
Like it was very, very inspiring and you felt treated. Like you just felt like the whole day was a treat.
You really felt hosted.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
Gracious hosts.
I can't wait. I don't know what I'm going to make with this, but it'll be beautiful.
And then also, I'm going to show you, my friend Paula again was knitting this color, which is
Yes.
called Cloud 9. It's on the Trio DK, which is the 70 merino, 30 cashmere, 10 nylon. That doesn't add up. 20 cashmere.
They dyed that especially on Elmer. Hers was on Elmer. It was a special edition. I saw her thing too, and I said, "Where do I get that yarn?"
I think she was knitting with mohair, or was she holding two
But
fibers
I
together?
think yes, she was holding. Two
I
together.
went and
I think they
switched-
did it on Elmer fingering or something.
I had a different color DK until I saw her sweater.
Well, I was going to go try and find exactly what she was knitting, and I don't. That's definitely the color. It's really,
Look at-
really beautiful.
It is so beautiful knit up, you guys.
Yeah. And my DK is in plaid is my favorite color, which I just think goes with everything.
It's like the orangiest
And I'm
red
just
ever.
realizing like my little I definitely
the same
love it.
one?
No, this is your yarn. But I mean, I
Oh.
was wearing this last time, and it's so the same color family, right?
I think
Oh, I love that.
anyway, with your gold that you just showed, let's see the gold.
Yes. I mean, and the pink. Now add a pink, and you're just like, now you're talking.
Maybe not this pink, a different pink, but
Maybe. That's pretty.
oh,
Yeah, Lemon Kid is full of amazing luxury yarns. That also. I'm not kidding.
also
I didn't show you my bag. Look at all the Big Birdie. It's giant.
show us your big birdie.
So Big Birdie, I bought a couple of single skeins because I fell in love with that bandana color. Look at this color. Shell.
Oh, it's spectacular.
Kind of a barely grayish pink. And I got Trevi, which was part of their Italy collection. Oh, isn't that pretty? And I got
their color was inspiring.
gray is my favorite color. I mean, I could really put these together.
Oh, Tracie.
Isn't that good?
What is your main color? What did you
This is just single skeins that had no real plan for, but maybe a cowl or something. But they do have a pattern called the Fancy Sweater, and it's designed in Big Birdie. It is all one color. But I saw a cowl there that was striped, and I kind of thought to myself, I think I'm going to stripe a Big Birdie sweater. So I've got this color, which is called Gently Toasted.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a warm, mushroomy color. And I got plaid as my favorite color. And then I thought I'd do the cast on and bind offs in this gray as my favorite color.
Let's see the blue with it.
Yeah. This is part of the reason I got the blue. Like, this reminds me of Dr. Seuss. This is too Dr. Seuss for me.
Got it.
But I really love this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't want an all neutral. I mean, I could totally. But I think I'm going to do fatter stripes in this and some skinnier stripes in this. And it's just a raglan, top-down raglan sweater.
Love it.
Yeah. I do have sequins that match this too. But I don't know that I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been thinking of a sweater oh no, this is the color that I'm going to do on the edging. The black.
Yes.
It's called Blackbird.
That's it.
That's it. There you go. Listen, I didn't go all over the store. I was just in this section because I knew that I wanted a sweater in this yarn.
Right. It's so good.
So hopefully soon I can cast that on. Soon-ish.
Just wind it up.
Do a few. Well, I'm loving knitting the bandana. It knits up like crazy fast.
One other thing that I have. See, I'm kind of torn now. So I've never knit a shift cowl. You have one, and I wore it there. It's amazing.
It is amazing. Mine's a nightmare though because I used the wrong yarn.
This is using the dyed in the wool, the sport.
Yeah.
But Tracie used the Dream State, which is the worsted.
So look at the year that came out. Was that 2018?
Let me tell you. Yes.
Okay, that came out. It is still so like 6 years, almost 7 years later, it is still being knit. The Spin Cycle lady said they sell kits for this. People love it still. It's a great, beautiful.
Let me tell you, there's 14,500 patterns logged here that was knit, and that's only the people that have put it on.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So I was inspired to get
I love
3 contrasting colors. I don't know if these are going to be the contrasting colors. Who knows? But I fell in love with a couple of skeins at the retreat.
So these are dyed in the wool. Yeah.
These are dyed in the wool. This is, of course, Ghost Ranch, but look how beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Okay, that's very different Ghost Ranch. Then.
Right? It's very red. So I love this. And then this one is called Overboard.
It's super pretty.
But it's like green and blue and lavender and gray. I just
super
think it's
Pacific Northwest.
So beautiful. And then this one is called Standard Blues. But
I
like,
love that.
Look at that.
Jodi, I think those are going to be really nice together, and I think they're going to marry well together.
So I don't know if this is going to go in there. Maybe we do something like a bright pop of something. Do you have
and Andrea, for hers, I think she said she picked a light, a medium, and a dark in a similar color palette.
I think
so that it was cohesive, but you still don't really know what you're going to get.
Right, and I think that's part of the fun of it, right? So I don't know if I'll end up but these I don't know. But my intention
I think you should do it.
Is to wind this up, but I also have another project.
I also love this. I feel like this will go
yeah.
in with those if you want. And how about your
well, that's what I'm going to show next. Are
Okay.
we are we at La Mercerie yet? Are you done your
I just wanted to share my last couple of Spin Cycle. I never purchased Plump.
I have a couple.
And they had a giant table of Spin Cycle yarn at the retreat, just calling everybody's name. Look, it might be a color palette I like. This is the Opia color. And I just thought, I'm going to get 2 skeins and hat or mitts or both, or I don't know what I can do with 2 skeins, but I love it. And they've always, this good egg, bad egg, bad egg. This was coming out the week we toured Spin Cycle Yarns, and it was on the table. And it's basically been calling my name ever since.
We also saw somebody can I borrow one?
Yeah.
Somebody had it knit in a garment when we were there.
Yes, it's so good.
It was beautiful.
Jodi, it would be so good with the yarn I dyed.
Yes, it would,
What did I do with
Tracie.
that? Like, it would be so good with that.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Anyway, I just think I love a neon, and that yellow is so beautiful.
It's really
and
beautiful.
then I grabbed the dark side color.
Neon.
2 skeins of that.
I have it's so good.
so dangerous to be around that table for days. Even if you're strong one day, you come back, you're like, no, I still love it. I think I'm still going to get it.
So there was also a cowl going on. When we were at La Mercerie, there was a cowl. Whose cowl was that?
That's Andrea's Inclinations Cowl.
Okay, I thought so.
So it's like a half fisherman's broken rib or something, or maybe I'm totally wrong. But it is, actually, I love that one. When that came out, I was like, ooh, that looks, and it's one of the newer ones.
I know, I can't
Inclinations. Like you could just type in cowl and then, oh, she's in.
Inclinations. Hold the phone. Is it newer? The Travelers. So it's not that new. Do we think? Anyway,
Not
okay.
new, but not super old either.
Andrew
Maybe
Bowery
new.
has an Inclinations cowl that's two color cowl.
I'll find a little picture of it.
So I had this already done, you guys, and then we get to La Mercerie and there was a brand new spin cycle color launched. Their second spin cycle yarn that is such a beautiful accompany to the original one they had. Do you have the original? Oh yeah, right here.
I do. Okay, I believe this is not available until this weekend or something. Is that
Okay.
right? I don't know.
This is called Pale September. This was their original La Mercerie spin cycle that they've had for quite some time. So they launched it for us at the show, at the retreat weekend, and this is called November Air. But it's like terracotta, and it's like a watery blue, and there's peach in there, and there's lighter pink, and there's orange.
There's the cowl.
Yes.
Sorry. You want to go close with
Yeah.
that? I'm just gonna.
They had one knit there. It's using one spin cycle colorway and then a more solid.
So 2 colors, 2 skeins each. 2
Yeah.
and 2.
Yeah. A spin cycle and a contrasting solid, I would say.
No, there was two spin cycle colors.
2 spin cycle colorways. So it was knit up in these 2 as the sample.
Ooh, it's
so many
so
people were
pretty.
inspired by that. But what I was
That's what a
inspired
kit would look like.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys, look at this.
Ooh, they.
Look at this.
Oh. Are you casting on?
Yeah, this is going to be. But it's. Oh. See, this is what I'm wondering. Should this be an inclination or should this be like a faded thing, that cowl?
It could be a tessellated vest.
I don't know what this is. This I want to cast on because this is going to be my I dyed this.
I would do inclinations if I had to pick.
Yeah, the inclinations. Okay. And actually, it's funny because there's
You're only going to need one of your ones you dyed. You'd still
Yeah.
have one left.
So this.
So if you love that pattern, you could do another one.
And there was.
You could do a hat. Like you could do something else with this, right?
There were so many people at the retreat that got inspired by the cowl, the Inclinations cowl, that are doing an impromptu knit along. So I feel like I should cast that on.
I want to cast on for that too, but I just hadn't picked my yarn yet.
Yeah.
I did not get 2.
Oh, shoot. Did you mean to?
But no, I don't know.
Yeah.
Listen, I love getting a custom color.
I actually think you could use this as your 2.
Right.
And
oh,
then-
yes. Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you can-
I see what you
Then
mean.
you can have this as your one color, and that's your other color, but you just fade
alternate
it.
them. Yeah.
Not even alternate, but like go finish this halfway and then start that halfway.
Oh, I see.
You know, like kind of do.
Okay, but look at that. This one blew my mind. This November Air, blew my mind. The colors that are in it.
There's teal.
Like a smoky lavender, a terracotta, and a rosy pink. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
As I'm looking at the it's
wow.
so good.
I had some dream state in my hand of this, thinking, but I also had no ideas for it. Like, and I know I can get a yoke out of one of these.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to get a skein of this that I really, really love. and call it a day.
I feel like the more I go out in the wild and wear my knits, I a lot of times wear like a long sleeve t-shirt and like throw in a jean shirt or a cotton like button up or something.
You need the cowls.
I feel like I'm missing that in my
You
wardrobe.
Like you borrowed my little
Yes.
small fry thing. You need the things.
Yeah, and if you hadn't worn your fucking faded, I would have wore that. So I feel like that's what I'm missing in my wardrobe. So this and this is going to be wound up and ready for me to knit.
I might do another shift cowl.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, you're going to do both cowls?
Yes.
Oh, good for you.
I'm doing both.
Because, and I do have a cowl, like my own wild rose cowl I did with this as the contrast cowl. I love wearing it. Like, I love wearing the color changing yarn.
You could use this as one color, and then we could each have. I only need this one.
so
I'll never knit
nice.
this. I'll never knit this.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't. I'll never go back to this.
I
just
haven't
know myself.
decided yet. Yes, I have.
I love it, but this is happening. What do we think? This is happening.
Jodi, I love it so much.
You just get inspired. That's why I'm
Yes.
so glad people can stay connected, whether it's in person or over Zoom or just like texting. You get so inspired by other people's knits.
That's what a whole knit along, make along, crochet along. That's what it's all about, being a community, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so disappointed that Instagram's not letting us follow hashtags anymore.
Why is that?
I don't know, but that's a huge part for me about
I follow hashtags.
looking at people's stuff, like their knits. How am I ever going to find stuff? You know, when you love a certain sweater and you're really thinking about making it and you want to see other versions. Well, it's not quite yet, I believe.
Yeah, you can still follow them.
I think it's coming.
Weird.
Yes, terrible.
Anyway.
Just terrible.
Let's all email Mark Zuckerberg.
Is that who it would be?
Yeah. He's meta. He's like, He's the dude.
Okay, something else I love. Well, you know, knitting ornaments. I love knitting tiny things sometimes, and especially for gifts. It's surprising how few things I have myself for as much as I knit these things.
Oh, darn it. I meant to bring that Santa again to show.
Church Mouse has the Woolly Wee Sheep pattern, which somehow I missed. And they have a whole whack of these at the shop. Look at the cute little flock of sheep. You can do it in stockinette or you can do it in garter stitch, which I love the garter stitch
Then it totally changes it, right? Then you can do like one that's like fluffy. And
you can do it with just tiny bits of yarn. I think it's beyond cute, and I'm totally going to at least knit one. The pattern comes with a fingering weight and a, I guess, worsted weight because you double strand, or a DK. Fingering and DK. 2 gauges and 2 pattern.
Look at the little bow on her.
I know, they're so cute. So if you're you can definitely get this on Ravelry as a digital file. But because we were in person, I just bought the printed pattern and I love that.
Another pattern that just came out, you guys, we are so into vests right now, aren't we? We are living our best vest life. Tanis.
I love that she did a pattern.
Tanis, who is
Tanis Fiber Arts.
Sorry, Tanis Fiber Arts, just did a vest. It's worsted weight. It's 20 stitch gauge. It's called Cambridge.
Her patterns are awesome. I loved knitting the ones that I've previously done.
How cute is that?
Yeah, so cute.
Oh, I love the shape.
I'll have to go get the pattern because I am very tempted by that.
It's just available today, you guys.
Okay, well, that's great. Something else that I was going to mention earlier, and it kind of goes, I'm going to go in. I was at our local yarn shop, Statement Junkie, yesterday. This yarn that I brought up last week, this Borstet Alpaca by Sandnes Garn, it's not quite as heavy as Big Birdie, but I would say it's still, like, Big Birdie I would say is like, they say Aran, but when it fills in, it's like a chunky weight yarn.
Yeah.
I think this would be more like an Aran when you knit it to the Aran knit gauge. I would use something like this, and it's pretty affordable.
For the vest.
For the vest, or like the little bandana that I'm doing, that Sherbet bandana.
Sherbet or Sherbert?
Sherbet, I don't know. So I didn't print the front page.
Okay,
I was going to show a picture. Let's say Sherbet.
Because you sounded funny when you said that.
Well, I don't call it sherbet.
Okay, good news. Love Island Australia started.
Really?
Yes.
And
Awesome.
have you started watching it?
Yes, last night.
Okay, you know what else I love? The cake pop sweater that they do in Lamb and Kid yarn that Hohi designed. I love that sweater.
I'm actually surprised, if I'm honest, that you didn't cast that one on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I've
so
got
good.
yarn. I could totally do it. I'm just trying to find... Wow, Lamb and Kid's got a very colorful feed, and it's so beautiful.
I walk into that place, and I wish my house looked like that. Like, very eclectic, moody.
It's funny.
Color everywhere.
Yeah. I agree. I love it. And it's also funny because then you walk into La Mercerie, and I also feel very at home there.
Yes.
Like, it's...
Totally different.
I find it really easy to think in La Mercerie, like to plan things. And in Lamb and Kid, I'm just like distracted every 2 seconds because there's something to look at here and here
Your
and here.
samples are spectacular.
Yeah. I mean, I love them both equally. And I feel like I am half each of those people.
I'm going to show you these mittens, you guys, because Tracie cannot find what she's looking for.
Yeah, I did found it.
Did you? Okay,
No, I
good.
didn't. Forget it.
Okay. These are called wood block mittens.
Ooh, cute.
But I love this shape. This classic kind of colorwork shape, but she's did it so it's half on each. It's really cute.
I
Little
love that.
fingerless mitts. How
And
cute
then you
is
seam
that?
them maybe? Or
I'm
no?
not sure the construction, but I think they're spectacular.
I don't know.
It is using fingering weight yarn, 28 stitches. But that would go quick. Did you find it?
Fucking forever.
My gosh.
And it is the Sherbet. Yeah, I didn't think it was Sherbet. It's Sherbet Bandana. I would say Sherbet, but whatever. That's what it looks like. So like the one I'm knitting, but I just did the garter stitch edging. Anyway, that's what I think would be great with this stuff too.
I love it.
Like maybe you increase to more stitches to get it as wide.
Yeah.
But I think it would totally work.
These little items, you guys, that are trending.
And I love
have
Sandus
them.
yarn.
Yes.
Like I just feel like all their bases are so,
Yeah.
you know, a good price point and really beautiful colors.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to show you guys this. This was published, but I believe it was published in earlier.
November, it
Hybrid
says.
knitting. Okay, anyway.
Oh, that's another big knit along Stephen West does.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is called the Diamond Halo Cowl, but the shaping is interesting and it's very well thought because then you can kind of wear it so it's up higher at the back of your neck. And
Not as much fabric back there.
right, you can see how it's tapered there, and then that would be in the front, and then you can have it cozy at the back. But this is knit in the round, and then I believe you seam it together.
Like a
you
Kitchener.
it together, so then it looks
Or whatever. I
completely
haven't read the
seamless.
pattern.
This is beautiful,
It's awesome.
right?
I love Stephen West.
No one thinks like Stephen
So
West. See, look, you
much.
can
I
pull it
think-
up at the back of your head.
Yeah.
So it kind of turns out to be like you're wearing like an ear warmer kind of. Because it's gonna. Come
It's a
up
versatile
Yeah, I
thing for
think
sure.
that shape is
And if you find
beautiful.
like that's too snug, like some people like a little bit of extra room, just knit it longer.
Yeah, it's
Right?
knit with DK held with a fuzz. So he knit with DK and mohair, I
nice.
believe. Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
Love it. I ordered the Hohi & Co. You know how much we love Hohi & Co. They had a picture of a new little item. And I thought to myself, well, that looks adorable. I have to get one of those. And it's their little, it was a sock size basket.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea the size that it was actually going to be. It is literally perfect for things like socks or a hat. Isn't it cute?
The cutouts and the studs. That's real.
I mean, there's a lot of work involved in making this, like all these connections, right? They're all handmade. But I love this vachetta, I don't know how they pronounce it, vachetta leather. It's basically, it just weathers the more you hold it and use it. I think this is a really cute little project bag.
That's adorable.
or like a little like summer bag.
That's adorable.
I thought it was really, really cute. And definitely sock size. I ordered Mum the original basket because it came out around Mother's Day.
She loved that.
She does love it. They're very handy to have.
What beautifully made artisan bags.
Isn't it great? Yeah.
You keep pulling stuff out. Look
I
at
know.
all the fun stuff you have.
Listen, I've not done yet. This is beautiful.
I'm going to show that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, this is pretty.
If you feel like knitting yourself or someone you love a stocking, wouldn't that be an amazing gift? Wow, there's a lot that goes into it. Petite Knit has a brand new stocking.
Ooh, I hadn't seen that.
Brand new. Look at how gorgeous that is, you guys. It's called the December stocking.
I mean, doesn't it just reflect her style? Like, it's so classic and beautiful and neutral color, of course.
I'd love to meet her one day. Look at these. They're called Dumpin Socks by Jessie Maid. I didn't see them.
These are great.
Dumpling. Oh, those are fun. Do
you think it's named after that movie on Netflix?
Maybe.
I love that movie.
Look at the little ruffle.
Yeah.
Little baubles. If you don't love baubles, you can omit those.
If you don't love baubles, we need to talk. Why do people not like baubles? Do you think it's just because they're a pain to make?
Sometimes.
I just love the texture of them.
I feel like sometimes you're a little thrown off.
I get it.
If they're
we
on
can't
your
all
shirt.
like the same things. I love them.
Yeah.
I feel like there's Team Mohair, there's Team Baubles.
I'm just looking at some new. This is by Lisa K. Ross. It's called the Perennial. It's a beautiful shawl. This would be great for your Advents, you guys.
Okay, that looks like that.
Look at that. It's
I love it.
beautiful wrap, but she's gradiated from one end to very light in the middle and then out to that gold. But that's beautiful.
That's super, super pretty.
I feel like that would be great for like little minis, or if anyone's participating in Advent knitting.
that Maxine sweater that came out is the other one I wanted to share. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
By Laura Penrose. And
Figuring held double.
Turtleneck version and the crew neck version. It's just I love it. To me, it's like one of those classic looking colorwork sweaters.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
She did the Maxine hot water bottle cover, and people were like, we need a sweater.
Oh, okay.
And that's, I think, how this happened.
So that's a crew neck, and then there's a turtleneck.
Yeah.
And then that's in another color. Oh, I love the cream.
This is actually designed in woolly mammoth fibers, which is another giant favorite. A Northern Ireland, Emma's Yarns. Beautiful. Not Emma's Yarn, but she's Emma, and her company is Woolly Mammoth Fibers in Northern Ireland.
Right.
But all of her stuff is very like non-superwash and locally sourced, and she's a natural dyer, so it's pretty cool stuff. Ooh, I love this.
There's one more pattern that caught my eye. It's because we were talking about all those hand knit Christmas balls.
Okay.
This is by Jolene.
Oh, this is our friend Jolene from Edmonton.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that.
No, I hadn't seen it yet either. Look at all these Christmas balls,
Jody,
you guys.
that's so cool.
By Jolene, and I don't want to butcher her last name, Vretenar.
She also has a YouTube channel, so you can go check out her podcast and
Look at that.
Hear all about it. I gotta check. Oh, I feel silly for not knowing that, but yay. I'm so glad you saw that.
See, add her to you as a friend. She'll come up in your favorites.
Right.
Okay, so what else has come? This other one, you guys. This is by Cheryl Mokhtari, the Highlands Sweater. It's lace and fingering held together, 21 stitch gauge. It's very interesting.
I've never seen that.
2 colors. It kind of reminds me of a raglan, kind of a baseball tee, right? Where the arms are different color than the body. But let me just show you the back. It's some sort of intarsia. Mm-hmm. But look at the back. It doesn't quite connect, but it kind of starts there.
So it's your like saddle shoulder or whatever that's called?
Something like that. I just thought this was really cool.
Very cool.
Let me see if there's any other. I like to go into the projects because sometimes. Oh, here's a real. Oh, this one's really cute.
I wanted to share this too. This is Susan B. Anderson's Good Tidings Ornaments. They were in her Good Tidings box, I think, last year. But I've never seen a Christmas ball that has that topper thingy on it, where that's what they really look like, right? Where they...
Because some of them you use a plastic filler, and then that way you get the gold little topper you can affix to it. But she's knit the top, hasn't she, on that?
Yeah, it's
knit
all
the
knit.
little nub.
Like that looks like the little...
Yeah. That little addition
that little
is really
kind
cute.
of collar that you get on your glass Christmas balls, but she's done it with knitting. So you get 6 different little motifs to make these. I totally bought this. You can get it for 50% off until November 23rd. It changes on Saturday. So get it before Saturday. It's only $4. And if you got the Good Tidings box, you just got the pattern for free.
I did.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
You have this box?
No, sorry. I got this year's box.
Like, look at that. Oh, that is so sweet. I'm going to knit some of those. I'm not having my hip done, but I'm going to knit a lot too.
Yes, you are. This is another of the Highlands sweater, but look at the little, it's got a really soft gray and a variegated cream.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what great pictures. Look, she's got water behind her. She's like at the beach. These are amazing photos.
That's a really cool sweater, Jode.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah.
It caught my eye. Yeah.
So when I was out at Statement Junkie picking up a Christmas garland for us.
Did she have the 2 that I had asked for?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
so I have them
nice.
for you. Yeah. They carry Bichet Bouche. And I just really wanted a DK weight sweater quantity to have for emergency cast-ons. And I chose this color.
Oh, it's pretty.
What is it?
Slate.
Is it bluey gray?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's called Soft Dark Gray.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I
There's a
love
hint of blue in there.
I think so too. Okay, that's what I was hoping. I just a little bit different. So, and I got a couple of skeins of their color of the light peach just because I thought, oh, I see cabled mittens or hat or something.
Is it the same weight? What's weight is that?
This
DK?
is the Le Lambswool. So last winter I did a sweater in the Le Gros Lambswool, which was really, it's supposed to be Aran weight, but I mean, that sucker knit up really fast. 6 balls was enough for a sweater for me.
Okay.
So I feel like, anyway, so this is the lighter weight. I think it's closer to DK-ish.
I guess we'll have to take your word on that.
Right. But I love the yarn so much. Like, I love the feeling of that other sweater. So
They have beautiful bases.
This one will just be lighter.
Yeah. Did you really buy a sweater quantity in that?
Why are you saying?
No, I'm just asking.
Yes.
Okay. For realsies?
Why are you asking that?
No, just wondering.
Yes, I did.
Have you lost your fucking mind? That's what I'm wondering. Like, that actually,
Why?
I don't know. Are you going to cast on, or you just
No.
love it so much?
Well, here's
It's okay.
I have a lot of fingering and mohair, which I
okay.
love. But yes, I did. I bought it. Sweater.
Okay, I love it. Good for you.
I feel judged.
No, you're not.
Okay, and also sock knitters.
Oh,
She was knitting these socks, Andrea, and every second round is gray. This is a nice ball of
let me
yarn.
pull it up. Does it have a picture?
Flot sock. Yeah, it's got a picture.
Oh, that's nice.
I love it. And this is woolly. This is great. I love making socks for everybody at Christmas, but these are really nice. And I think I will just...
Crank it too.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
And it feels woolly, like really sturdy.
What's always fun to find, I mean, we call these commercial yarn sock bases.
It
but
is.
It's fun to call, to find some new colorways.
They're literally some of my favorite socks.
Okay, these flot socks,
Yeah.
people like
And-
will only knit with this. Like,
Right.
this is a really great,
So is it from Germany, that one? And it was
Yes.
like $20.
yes. I have no idea, but it sounds German.
It looks like it, but
I'm freezing. Are you cold?
a little bit. Is that some... I think that's some
It's
kind
from
of organic.
Germany.
Anyway, lots of people love...
Lederhosen. I think so. I want to go to Germany.
Isn't that
so
Austrian?
bad. Yeah, maybe.
But look, it's also separated by this little white. I feel like that's the halfway mark in the ball. So you get exactly the same socks.
Oh, that's spectacular.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good call.
People swear by this as sock.
It's not the
sock
first
yarn.
time I've used this yarn, but I think it's the first time I've used the self-striping in it.
And it won't be the last.
Right. Anyway, love it.
Okay, I think I'm caught up. I was just checking.
I'm highly suggestible.
No.
I saw her knitting these and I was like, where's that yarn?
I'll take... Well, listen, sample sell. Period.
Totally they do.
Period. End of a sentence. Sample sell.
Sample sell. The end. Yeah, $21.99.
You know who we...
Shoot.
And I have to order some more of her yarn. But Tara, that Yarn Habit, you guys.
Yes.
She is a local dyer to us, and she is such a beautiful
She's
person.
in Grand Prairie. Yeah, we had really a fun time hanging out with her.
Well, I hope she says the same.
Yeah, I don't know if it was reciprocated.
I'm gonna order
but
some
she was
yarn.
so fun.
But if you're lucky enough to be in Grand Prairie, she has a yarn shop.
Yeah. And we were like, and we're going to Target, so come with us.
And
let's go have lunch at the airport.
Oh my God, she couldn't get rid of us. I'm like, where are you?
Right.
You know what she does? Her and her... She's the one, member, you guys, we had the sweatshirts.
Yeah.
They're really fun. Her mom does that.
Yeah.
She does Knit Miss Dinner. It's her third
Isn't that
annual.
fun?
At her shop, where it's like you buy tickets and it's a full-on let's sit and knit and have a Christmas meal together, and it's very festive. There are tickets still left if anyone's in the area of Grand Prairie.
If it was like Red Deer, we would go.
We would go.
That's a quick drive, right? Like,
she was so fun.
yeah, she was a sweetheart.
But she's in Grand Prairie. It's like 5 hours, you guys.
I also have yarn coming from her.
Do you? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's something. That's the whole thing with us, and you know, having community and doing things where people can gather and just be together, and you just need that. Speaking to people and what they have going on in the background, people just need to be able to do those things,
Right.
And
Right.
leave their
Vincent! Let's start all over. We got to start over. Vincent's
leave
here.
their everyday behind for a little bit
Yeah.
and be able to just sit and knit and be together. So
Yes.
these kind of things are amazing.
What was I going to say? Well, yes, it's not like the first time we've met Tara, but we say hi at shows where she is busy running her booth, right?
we've
So
never
it's
got to
more,
spend
it's
time
like a
with her.
hi, bye, oh my gosh, look at your
Yeah.
yarn, it looks amazing. Buy stuff and then leave. So having the chance to sit down, share a meal, actually chat with.
She was totally our gal.
Yeah.
Gal.
I love the word gal.
So if you're around for Wednesday, December 11th, they're only $20 tickets.
Wow.
Bring your project, socialize, and bring 100-gram skein of wrapped yarn for a white elephant.
Stop it.
Love a white elephant.
I just love a surprise thing, like where we're all going to go home with a little something.
It's lasagna, it's fettuccine alfredo, it's salad, it's garlic bread, and it's dessert. Homemade.
Yum. Just
It's
yum.
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 We love her.
Oh my
So if
gosh.
you're
Grand Prairie's so
interested-
far away. How much is a flight to Grand Prairie?
I'd go for the day.
We should look into that.
Oh my God. Wouldn't that be fun? I can't travel.
Right.
Yet. Oh well.
Maybe for next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How are we doing? Like, do you feel like you're pretty much at the end of your... I have the classic favorite every single year. I lost this. Oh no, here it is. This is the time of year to knit your Magpie Darling hats.
Yes.
And you can buy these adorable little kits. What's a Magpie Darling? Mini Magpie Darling?
Sheila's from the Highlands of Scotland.
What?
Hi, good afternoon.
These little kits still every year just blow my mind. Sequin yarn and a mini pom-pom and the yarn bowler pattern comes in the box. You make this tiny little ornament hat.
It is a mini Magpie Darling.
So the pom-poms are made by Yarn Bowler. The yarn and the pattern comes from Amanda of Crafty Jackalope. You can get them on both of their websites. You can also get them in 3-packs and I think 5-packs and
I'm just going to take
12
this.
packs.
This is the Bone and Joint Clinic, you guys.
Okay.
I can't not take this.
I knit, and these are the fastest little knit. I knit a ton of these last year. I put them on a whole bunch of people's, like a little, I mean, it's a gift in itself, but you can tie it on a bottle of wine, on a box of cookies that you've made, or whatever you happen to be giving. I've done duplicate stitch initials, or a little snowflake, or what, you can do whatever you want. It is adorable by itself, but the yarn is pre-wound. You just get knitting. Amanda has made these little yarn mini skeins for us, and the yarn has sequins right on it. It's so cute. There's so many colors that you can get, so many combos of the mini pom-poms. So Janet and Amanda, who obviously if you've been here for a while, you know they are friends of ours, but I also am giant fans of their work. They're just awesome. So I'm going to be knitting more of the mini Magpie Darling hats, and they're going in 12 days.
And it just takes like an hour, you guys. And that could be your knitting on a present for a friend.
Totally.
It doesn't have to be a huge substantial
thing. It can be the present. Like, it
Yes.
is the cutest thing ever.
I agree.
And our friend Janet has something. She's been doing these really fun pom-pom stitch markers, which we probably need to order more. Or
We have some in the shop.
We can find them in the shop.
Yeah.
We've got sets of them. But she's also doing ones now with a little progress keeper that's like a...
Okay, that's what we should have.
Well, they're brand new. We have to order some. Okay. She sent some for 12 days. She sent some as like, here, have some for you.
She's so sweet.
So we're going to put some in prizes and all that stuff. But personally, I get really excited about Magpie Darling, mini Magpie Darling hat patterns time.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
So that was really fun. Thank goodness it didn't get caught up in the mail. And then we have a major shout out for HiLoCo Yarns. And after that,
You guys, you will not believe.
I mean, this
Okay,
is...
what's the... Just a minute. What was the sweater she just said? The Hokkaido?
Hokkaido?
Hokkaido.
So this goes back so many years, meeting our friend Nicole of HiLoCo, like so many years. And she is just an incredible dyer. She's an incredible friend and a huge supporter of all of our knit-alongs and things like 12 days where we like to send things out to you to spread some joy. She's incredibly generous and sends us tons of yarn.
You guys won't believe what's in front of us right now.
A giant box showed up, but we want to just show you some of what they offer at HiLoCo if you're not aware, or if you've I forget, right? Like, I just forget sometimes. They do incredible. She has a palette that releases every fall, and that's for that year, and then it's gone. So if you like these colors, they're not available forever. You kind of have to get on it when you see them. But they do incredible sock sets.
You will not believe.
Always with two semi-solid. This is their forever collection. These minis you can always get. You can get sweater quantities, but they're like, this is their rose gold color from the 24 palette, and with sage and juniper.
Okay, this is bittersweet with celadon and sangria.
Oh, I
You
cannot
guys
even
look at this.
The speckles.
See,
The speckles.
This is what you could do, you guys, in something like this.
Yes.
Where it's just kind of softly in the background and then your main color is solid.
Totally, Jodi. That's such a good idea. This one is Misurina, and it's all the tealy sages.
Okay, let me pull this down.
This is amazing.
Look at
gorgeous.
this, you guys. Oh, look, there's a little bit of like purple.
Surprises. Yeah, her dye technique, I don't know what, I mean, it's just very gorgeous speckles situation.
Yeah.
This is called Like Magic, and then there's spearmint and agate. Like Magic is one of the colors, but look at it. Look at it on bulky. Her bulky base
Is so good.
Why have we not knit a sweater?
I don't
in
know.
this? It is 100% superwash merino, and it is 300 yards on 250 grams. It's the squishiest, springiest.
Okay.
Like,
so this is,
yes.
her kink is lava with poppy and cherry as this, but this is this too. Look at it on bulky.
And this is, her kink is lava in the mini set. And then it's also with Like Magic. So this color
Oh, so these go
So
together.
she's paired them in the mini set.
Look at that.
So if you like these colors, you've got a lot of options. She does the cerise silk. She does the mohair silk. Like, you can do DK. And she does things like 50-gram sets. This is the color Fleur de Lis. And anyway, this box that showed up, you guys, is just
Okay, I have to show this. This
crazy.
is called Later Gator.
That's cute.
And it's that dark
Okay, this is later
slimy
Gator.
green with like mauvey gray. Oh, you guys.
This is later Gator gradient in the single ply merino, like for your drapey shawls. So she's figured out, this is her single sock, it's called. So you wanted it a plain shawl, go for it. And then she's done all the work for you with gradiating the color. One of those is actually later Gator and the others are built off of it. But you can use that for a sweater, a shawl, a cowl, like whatever you want to do.
I gravitate towards this. I've gravitated towards this.
Okay,
Well,
I
you know
love
me.
I love the lava one. Her kink is lava, but I also love Wild Orchid with the slimy green and the blush. I guess it's called linen. Oh,
Okay, but this bittersweet too, you guys, is like OMG. This color for me should be a vest.
this is rose gold and amber all together.
Well, look, it goes with that. But you
Well,
got
it kind of this is Wild Orchid, but I'm surprised it's okay. This is Wild Orchid,
Oh yes.
Wild Orchid and Mimosa together.
Did we see mimosa?
Yeah, it's in the box right in front of us
Okay.
here. Our tables, like you can't hold another one. This is Wild Orchid in the merino sock. This is it in the sock set.
OMG, you guys. This is it's spectacular.
Like she does neon, she does moody, sophisticated. I feel like they
Oh my
offer something for
God.
everybody.
This is so this.
But another look at that with your dyed. Another thing that I love is she's always doing collections. Like she's got her birthstone collection. There's always a new collection coming out. And crochet people, I cannot even with the crochet granny squares that come out. She's got, go check out HiLoCo, get their newsletter, go see their Instagram feed.
I'm in awe. I'm in awe. I've always been in awe of what she does. She's an amazing yarn dyer.
And these are actually DK minis, and these are fingering weight minis. So if you're like, I don't want fingering weight, okay, well, there's DK.
You can listen. Let me tell you, any of these colors you saw today, you are going to be able to get it on every single base she has.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull up.
And, you know, anyway, she's always someone she's an amazing human, but also just a kick-ass businesswoman, right? And she also mentors other dyers in the background. She's just a really great person. This bittersweet, are you kidding me? So look for this stuff, you guys, when we do our knit-alongs. You're going to get some in your prizes. You look for this in 12 days. And, oh my gosh.
She has a rosé collection that she's just finishing up. It's a pre-order. But, like, you can find so much amazing things on her website. It's a real treat to go look.
And I mean, Nicole was, to me, like she had how to dye videos on YouTube. And it was like, where else were you learning how that worked, right? Like she was putting it out there publicly to help other indie Oh, I love that.
This was lapis. This was the color of the month that you could get coordinating colors to go with and order it on all the bases. So
it's a big team now. They've got a big team, you know, built it up just like lots of people, but I really, anyway.
Look at
Thank
this.
you, friend. Thank you.
Deja Vu. This is the sock set of the month.
That's awesome.
I got to take more notes from her and do more things like this.
Does she do... I was going to say, does she do clubs where I could just like have it come to my door?
I want a mystery club from her. I would totally sign
I thought you
up
were going
for
to say
that
that you would do a mystery club.
We already actually have some things in the works.
Good.
But
okay,
I would order a mystery club
rose
from her.
gold, I just think is so beautiful.
Spectacular.
They're all spectacular. So the hardest part is picking colors. So the box that arrived is out of this world generous. It had mohair and Surrey silk and all kinds of these sets. So
Anyway, I could get lost on our website. Thank you so much.
thank you.
What a treat for all of our giveaways.
Huge.
Yeah.
Okay, my very last thing. If you've got a special person, and that can be you, that you want to treat to something amazing, I purchased a yarn bowl from our friend Nancy Walker,
Fancy Nancy.
who is the most amazing artist, and she does the coolest things. And
How do you find her stuff?
she's on Etsy. She's got a website. Ellie! She's got a website, and when you click shop, it takes you over to her Etsy shop. But she is just this phenomenal, creative artist that is just so incredibly talented. They're really just like art pieces, but of course you can use them. This is her little black hen yarn bowl. I don't know what she's got in her shop, but you'll see her work in galleries. And look at the little yarn ball. They're really special, beautiful gifts. I almost feel like this is something you could collect. Years ago, she gifted us a beautiful yarn bowl, but it's like, that has hedgehogs. Like, they're all so unique and different, you could collect. So I did just treat myself to the little black hen.
Nancy Walker Pottery.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there. I just want to show you guys. Oh, it's very eclectic.
She's really beautiful. She
very,
loves her octopuses,
very pretty.
her bunnies. Anyway.
I'm just going to go to the top and click shop.
And lots of times, at Knit City, you'll see her work in Amanda, the Crafty Jackalope's booth. Why? Because that's her mom. It's so funny. She signs everything Nancy and then Amanda's mom in brackets.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Nancy, you don't have to do that anymore. I know who you are. You're hilarious.
She also
and
has
sweet,
shawl
and I
pins.
love you. Yes, and I've bought also the little, like a little plant pot. Or maybe that was the shawl pin and I stuck it in a plant pot. Like, it's wire, but it's a little house. I just thought it was so cute. I stuck it in my plant pot. I mean, these are all
She's got a really cute
crazy
octopus.
beautiful works of art.
Yeah. Stunning.
I don't even know how you would begin to do this little hen.
Yeah. Her art is whimsical and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah. And maybe you'll be able to see it somewhere out in the Vancouver area and Pender Island and stuff like that.
This is pretty.
Isn't the bunny special?
There's one available, you guys. And that's the yarn bowl like Tracie
These
just
are
showed.
treasures. They're art. They're special.
I have mine on my counter and I have some little tchotchkes in it because I just want to look at it every day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's pretty.
They're
pretty,
really special.
Yeah.
She does mugs. She does little luminary. I shared my luminary last year where you put a little candle in it.
There's an owl.
But everything has just got that whimsy that I think she's so... I feel like that's at her heart, right? She's just whimsical and animals and all that stuff. So that's it for me. And I wasn't sure when we were going to be back. So I wanted to make sure I shared everything and...
Follow us here subscribe to our channel. You'll know you will get an update. I can schedule our live. So that might be fun. So you know when we're going to be coming back. It'll get a
We'll
pop-up.
definitely let you know as soon as we know. But we always take a break in December. So this is really not that different.
I'm hoping...
So maybe we'll sneak something in. I don't know, Jode. We'll have to see. You never know.
I'm hoping like the week of the December 5th or the 12th, we'll get one more chat.
Maybe one more before the holidays.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, of course.
Georgia!
And maybe it'll be in our jammies, like our little Christmas thing that we love to do, our holiday thing. But thanks for joining us, you guys.
Star,
and I think I
thank
saw
you.
our friend Lolly pop in, which I love that. She might be on her lunch break.
Yeah, lunch break now.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A opened its second location in South Common.
Really?
I've never had a Chick-fil-A.
Me either. No, not true. Many, many years ago when the kids were little.
I think I want to go get a Chick-fil-A.
Are you?
Yeah.
I have to go get Christmas lights today. I've got a little bit of work still, and then I'm going to go. Some of our Christmas lights are burnt out.
Our friend Sherry's here.
That really? And that won't do. So I have to, if I go to your house and see a Christmas tree, I'll lose it. So that's the plan. My husband's home for 3 days again. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, do you want to hear my weekend so far?
Yeah.
Don't be jealous.
Oh my God.
Tomorrow, Georgia and I are going to Wicked in the afternoon.
Did you buy tickets?
Yes.
Recliner seats?
Yes. Saturday, we're going out for ramen with the kids, and I thought there was something else. I think Christmas tree.
Where are you
at least get it out.
Where do you go for ramen?
We're not sure. There's a really good place in the West End we've gone to before.
Kazuki? No.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know where we're going yet, but we are going to go. And then Jeff and Georgia are going to the Oiler game. So
I suggest the light pork broth.
I do love that.
It was so good. I didn't love the black garlic.
I didn't love
pork seemed like a light chicken base.
And it's super, super popular, that black garlic. But I liked trying them all, and I really love the pork base.
Yeah.
Sunday, we're going to see Gladiator 2. Jeff and I. We bought tickets like 2 weeks ago.
I feel like I want to do that. I want to see Wicked.
Well, I couldn't. Listen, Georgia all of a sudden just stopped going to movies. She just loves to be home and do her thing. When I asked her if she wanted to go to Wicked, and she said yes. I mean, she's a musical
Jordan doesn't love movies
plaything.
Yeah.
So it was like, I could not buy tickets fast enough. We're actually really excited. 2 o'clock tomorrow.
It'll be fun.
So there's lots of good movies coming out, you guys. But I also love to hibernate. So I get it.
Don't forget your 15 minutes of me time.
My 15 minutes.
My 15 minutes. And it's a hashtag that you may or may not be able to follow for very long.
Right. Okay, we're going to make a post
put
about
a
that.
chatter.
We're going to do a thing in Ravelry.
I'm winding up all the things. I'm not knitting for Christmas this year.
Good. Don't knit me anything.
Oh, no. You have a little thing.
Okay.
But I'm not knitting for Christmas this year.
Listen, I'm not losing
have
my
something
mind
for my
over
mom
it.
already.
Do you?
Yeah. And Shane will get a hat partly done, but...
Did I make it and then you're just giving it to her? You're regifting?
No. No.
You know what? I'm going to not lose my mind over it this year. And I started way earlier.
Yeah.
So I am going to get serious about just finishing socks because people really love them.
I have a special gift for you. I brought you like 12 DK tubes.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
Wait till you see.
What was I going to say to you?
Don't go crazy. Like,
you're going to be getting a package in the mail and be like, I don't think I ordered this.
You're serious?
I bought you a club.
No.
Yes.
That's the most fun.
So, I already know you're going to
wait.
love it. And I'm so happy that I got it. And I think you're going to love it. So
oh my gosh, that's
your
fun.
first installment should be here in December.
Oh, that's so great. I love that.
Okay.
I love that whole thing.
Okay, good. I hope you love it. I know you will.
Yeah.
I know you will.
Okay, you guys.
Yes, we're sending Bish wishes to everybody and lots of
Yes.
love. And I feel like we will probably do something before Christmas, but no commitments. Of course, we want to.
Happy making. Happy Thanksgiving to all our U.S. friends next week.
Yeah, there's that. There's going to be Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and
Happy
everything.
holidays. Yeah.
So
happy holidays.
we're wishing you all the very best. And if you are, it's a really tough time for a lot of people. So that's what we love to just be here for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to come knit along with us.
We hope you smiled today watching our shit show.
Imagine Jodi and do you have to go to physio?
I think, after a few weeks, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Or I don't need it. I can just Google it.
No, you have to go. That's how you get better.
Yeah. No, I will be an excellent patient and student. I'm doing my exercises at night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You have
There's
to
just
do
some
exercises?
There's just strengthening just so you can,
Perfect. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yes, be a good patient so that we can get better and get going.
Totally.
But thank you for joining us, you guys.
Good.
Happy
Bye.
making. Mwah. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Be well.